best rap, man. I keep saying it. This time I forgot because you was on vacation. We're gonna talk
But a
about you
silly,
in a
goofy
second.
move.
I want to hear it, man. I got like y'all better. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat one day, and y'all gonna have to vote on whether y'all want to hear the Goofy Wise intro rap, okay?
The
And then we
freestyle every
gotta hear
time
it.
is different every time, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah,
But
but right. This one was kind of heat. I'm a little upset you didn't take the charge right here.
I didn't, cause I was
You
like,
know?
I forgot, bro. I was over here
Yeah, I'm a
looking
little
like, okay,
disappointed.
make sure I'm prepared for the show, because I didn't
Yeah,
want to be like a hypocrite saying y'all be prepared and I'm not prepared, right?
yeah, that's
So
fair
I'm
enough.
opening up the stuff and then I look over and I'm like, oh crap, he
Yeah,
did
keeping you on your toes. You know what I'm saying?
it.
You never know. You never know when it's
I'll
gonna
get
happen.
you one of these times. One of these times I'm gonna unmute. So just make sure you don't say anything that could get the channel
No,
canceled when you're
I
for
would
some reason.
never do you like that.
I'll be like, open it up
I save all those for before the stream. You know, what I'm saying? I
before
just go in the
this.
bathroom. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just get it out.
Like
You know
the
what I'm
deep
saying? 'Cause
inhale,
that
then
way,
just
yeah,
expel it all out.
yeah, because that way
Put
you
it all
don't have
out
to
there.
worry about it slipping up later. You feel me?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, like if we did more of that, there's less people that would get canceled at their jobs.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro. Like, get it out, bro. Just come on. We know you want to
Yeah.
say it. Just say it at home
Right.
in the mirror.
In the mirror. There you go. Happy Monday, May 29th is the last Monday of the month. Last Monday, last show of the month as well. And then next month is June, and things kind of popped off a little bit game wise this past week, and we're going to talk about that. But things are really going to start popping off in the next couple of weeks because June is our month. June is the gaming
Mm.
month. Summer Games Fest, Ubisoft, a lot of these showcases are going to be popping off. Xbox is going to have theirs, so we're going to talk about that. But I want to start off by saying hello, Goofy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was trying to go live on my channel. My OBS just crashed. So side note. But other than that, I was spent the last week in Portland and went up there. So it's a very vegan friendly, hikey tree city. You know what I'm saying?
Cute,
I
cute.
had a really good time doing that. Just kind of getting away from the job and whatnot, and just trying to like refocus and resquare. One thing I will say, there is not enough black people in Portland. And what's even crazier about that is like every black person I saw was with a white person. It was almost like the white person was
No
their
two together.
representative. Like, hey, come on, you're allowed to
The
come.
tour guide.
Yeah,
The
it's like a
tour-
tour guide or like it was like Get Out or some shit. And they're like, this is Get Out City. Yo, this is my uncle for real right here. This is not a black person. You know what I mean? That's what it almost felt like for a second. I was like, damn, y'all need a clearance, a white clearance to go out in the city out here. But no, other
That's
than that, it was
funny.
a great time. Lots of vegan food. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. Like we had our mental health conversation, mental health awareness chat on the channel Saturday, which was it
Okay.
was beautiful. It was a beautiful conversation.
Awesome. See, I thought that was today. I was like, oh, I don't need to do my money. We talking about it today, and then I saw the running
no.
schedule, and I was like, oh, I fucked up. Okay,
No,
yeah. So I just dropped the stream for no reason. All right.
No. That was on Saturday. And it
Yeah.
was with a panel of creators. Shout out again to Nerd Stuff, to Janet,
Awesome.
Dagichi, Defined by Kai, The Female Phenom, Megabyte Megan, and Yo Brandy. Shout out to them. And there is going to be a part 2 that I'm doing on June 9th. It's going to be with 2 other creators, and we'll talk more about that on another later. I mean, next
It's like
week.
a mental health thing.
Yeah, it's another mental health convo. I mean, if you want to be a part
Yeah,
of
I
it,
would love to.
know.
I would love to be a part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't ask for this because I knew you was gonna be out, and I didn't know when you were coming back. And I want to be like, hey, when you coming back? Because I have the stream for you. I was just
That's all
let you
cool.
be.
It's like fuck me, right? It's fuck me for real. I get it.
Who dares take a vacation? Like,
I know,
why
right?
did you leave?
Like,
I'm
with
like,
the nerve?
why'd you leave? That's why I started the stream. Goofy would have been here, but he left.
I'm sorry.
No, but yeah. Remind me after, okay? Remind me after because I could forget and I don't want to. But yeah, so. Thanks everybody that came to the chat. Really appreciate it. It was a beautiful conversation and a lot of fun, and a lot of beautiful things. Before we dive into, I have something. Hold on. Let me grab this.
What do we got?
We've got. First, I do want to say shout out to our members. We'll do the member shout out really quick. Shout out to Mac Winters, Channy Chan, Charles Pretlow, Eliminate. I do feel like this is old. We do have to re-up it. So if you have become a member since then and your name's not up there, Forgive me. All right. But the next thing that I want to shout out is that we are officially Otaku Noir affiliates. Okay. So make sure you go to otakunoir.com, get your blurred box, your mystery blurred box, and use the code PartyChat at checkout to get free shipping on us. And you can get something like this. Shout out to Otaku Noir. This is their Frosted Fangs cereal box. It's the cereal that bites back. This is super cute. It's super, super cute. It's got like the, nutritional facts ish on the side. Here, let's zoom in here really quick.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, nutrition
Okay.
on the side. You've got, it's kind of like a regular cereal box.
Does this say blurred 100 calories?
Wait, yes.
Wow. You're gonna die. What's in this?
Total anime, TV, movies, books, manga, comics, melanin,
Oh, we need that.
creativity, magic, gatekeeping,
Oh,
0%.
you could have. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Gatekeeping 0%. Let me order. Yes, make sure you guys order otakunoir.com and use the code PartyChat Podcast. Now, there is something inside, but I refuse to open the box because the box is not like, you know how some cereal that has the thing that the slot that goes back in, it doesn't. And I don't want to open it and it stay open or me have to try to reglue it. So I'm just going to keep it close. It is a collectible. There is a puzzle on the back. I'm going to do it. Or actually, no, I'm not. Because it's very collectible. I'm going to put this on the shelf. But shout out to Otaku Noir. They have come up on the podcast before many times, and we have to do another Black Media draft.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one in June or July. We'll do another Black Media draft. So if you don't know Otaku Noir, make sure you check them out on all social medias. Yanni or J-Dog, if y'all could drop the link in the chat, that'd be great. And yeah, we'll see you there. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we post or when we go live, and share the video, like the video, all the things, do all the things. Now, the first thing I want to dive in, and we kind of started this conversation already, right?
We did. We talk about this shit all before we even get on here.
We do.
We can't help it. We some nerds and some blurs, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And when you get the opportunity to talk to each other and you're talking, and then, I kind of blame Yanni, because I said I was going to talk about it. And Yanni did ask about my thoughts.
Always blame the interns. Just throw it on them. They got it.
Right. It was Yanni. That's the reason we kind of talked about it a little bit before the show. But The Little Mermaid, it released on, look at it. It released on Friday, May 26th, officially, but some people got to see it May 25th. Yesterday, I went to see it with my daughter and my husband. It was her first movie theater experience, period. And at first, she was terrified.
Wow,
okay.
That's a lot. It's like taking a puppy to a new city or something like that.
It is a lot. It was. And I didn't think it was going to be at first,
Yeah.
And when, because it was Dolby Digital. And when we're walking literally in the door to the theater room that we're going to be in, not like the building room, but like when you get into the room that you're going to be watching and the trailers or whatever were playing. And then she literally was just like, I'm scared. I don't want to go in. Like yelled really loud. And me and my husband were like, okay, calm down, relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then we brought her in, had her sit between us. And for most of it, she wrapped her arms around my husband's like arm and was like laying on him. So at first I didn't think she enjoyed her time. Then the Ninja Turtles trailer came up and she loves the Ninja Turtles. And so she's like,
got her.
So excited for that. Yeah. Hook, line, and sinker.
She's like, where am I? Is this Disneyland? This is Disneyland. This is amazing.
You got me, Mom. You got me. No, so she was excited about that. But what's funny is after she just, because the whole time I looked at her, she looked like she did not want to be in this building. She was like looking at me, giving me like the scowls, and I'm like rubbing her little face and stuff. But after, she was like, I had fun, Mommy. I had fun. I was like, okay, babe. And I asked her what was her favorite part of the movie. She said two things. The first thing she said was Ninja Turtles. That was her favorite thing. And then the second was the one of the parts I disliked the most. So there was like a rap in this movie. Okay. All right. So, and we'll talk about the rap in a second, but if you've seen the movie, the rap is her favorite. Now, I do want to warn people watching, because we want to dive into, because she likes music. So she knows no better. She doesn't know that that is not what she should have been a fan of in that moment. But it's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But chat, if you have not seen The Little Mermaid and you care about spoilers, okay, this is your moment to take a pause, mute us.
Dissipate.
Yeah, just
Literally
mute us.
evaporate. God damn
Right, right.
it.
Don't evaporate the stream. Keep the stream
Oh yeah, yeah. Keep
open.
the stream
Just
open.
mute.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
yeah.
just mute, But yeah, so we saw The Little Mermaid. I give it a B. Okay. I will say, and that's the movie as a whole, right? So the things that I really like, I loved, or I liked, I'll say loved and liked. Hallie, her singing is amazing. I think her renditions of the songs were better than the originals, in my opinion. Like she can't just sing, she can sing.
I knew you
Okay.
were
And
taking it there. It's fine.
I know,
It's
sang, yeah. And
fine.
it was like when you hear her sing at the beginning of the movie, you're just like, and it was a very smart thing to do. Hook us in at the beginning with her singing, and you're just mesmerized. Every time she sang, I got chills. I literally had chills in the movie. And then, especially the iconic her singing part of that, and she says, "World," and the water splashes behind her. I had my body like vibrated in a non-weird way. It was just like it's just like a cast all over of like
a little
like
disclaimer in a not weird way.
yeah, I feel like I had to say that. When I say things, people take it left. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was like her singing unmatched and beautiful. When you see her as Ariel at the beginning and she's talking with Flounder and Sebastian and whatnot, she is so adorable. I think she was very cute as like playing this like teenager, who's just experiencing things and excited about these things, right? And feeling misunderstood. Super cute, super great. I loved I loved what else? Ursula. Ursula,
Mm,
Melissa did her thing, okay?
mm,
I loved Ursula. They didn't include my favorite line, and I think that was a Disney thing because my
mm.
favorite Ursula line is like, it's all about body language. And she's just like shakes her very curvaceous body. And they were not gonna keep that in this movie at all, for sure. Um, but yeah, I loved Ursula in it. I think she did an amazing job. I think she did so great. I loved that you did see a lot of melanation in the show. I mean, in the movie, which is different than the original animation. That was, I think, just one color the whole entire movie.
Yeah.
But in this one, you did see more diversity, and I do love that you did see a lot of different skin colors as mermaids and as what you call it, as people. She was shaking her boobs up. She didn't shake her boobs. She did like
Gyrated her
fix
body.
them. She like fixed them, like did the
Oh.
little fix, and
Oh,
they let her keep that in
body.
there. Yeah, yeah. She did that. She did one of those, just gotta make sure they lay up right. And
Yeah,
she did
yeah, I
that.
feel it. Yeah.
So that part was good. But the things that I feel like could have been better. And this is a problem that a lot of people mentioned, right? Before when we saw the trailers. I feel like they went way too on the realistic look side. Okay.
Mm.
The crab was creeping me out the whole entire
Oh.
movie. Like looking at his face and his eyes. He had these like pencil-like eyes and his like beady little eyes. And then when he swam, which I've never seen a crab swim in my life. They have these hind legs that look like they have tennis paddles, and they're just like they're playing tennis with themselves. That's what it
Oh
looks
my
like.
God.
And it was creepy. It was freaky. There was during Under the Sea, I don't even know what these animals were, right? There was a creature that had like a flat top and a very gooey body that got up and was like dancing. And I was like, what are we, my face was like, ew, what are we doing? What is happening here? Like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I
Looks
need
like
an
Meat
adult.
Canyon, huh? It's like this turned into an episode of Meat Canyon. Like everything looks gross. This is disgusting.
Like yeah.
Make it cartoon again so it looks fun and cute.
Please.
No, I definitely feel that. I feel the same way when I look at the crab. I was like, bro, this is not selling it for me at all, bro. It's just like I am not immersed. But
And then Flounder as well. Like I was disappointed with how, like his
yeah.
coloring. They couldn't find a more colorful Flounder. Like is Flounder one color in real life? Because he faded away visually, and he was barely in the movie. I mean, he's not like in the original movie like the whole time or anything. He's in there. He has his moments, but it was like the voice was so cute. You do want more, and me and Yanni kind of talked about this a little bit. You wanted more, but you had very little bit of him. And I do wish we had more more of Ursula. Like I loved Ursula, but even the first couple of times where you see her, they played it off as this like elusive thing, and it's like the first time okay, but not the second and maybe fourth time that you see her. Like I want to see her boisterous because she's like someone
Mhm.
she isn't she's not afraid of her body or afraid of what she looks like. She loves what she looks like, except she thinks
Yeah.
she's fading away and starving, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like I felt like we didn't get a lot of her. The musical numbers of other than Hallie, right? When you had like Under the Sea or Kiss the Girl, those songs fell very flat because
Mm.
it was only a couple because it's a chorus in the original. It's a chorus. There's supposed to be a lot of voices. In Kiss the Girl, it's Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle.
Ah, that's crazy.
They
No
yeah,
frogs?
no
No
frogs,
extra fishes?
no extra fishes singing,
No birds? That's
no
crazy.
birds singing,
That's crazy.
just Scuttle, Sebastian, and Flounder. So
Wow.
that's one of my favorite songs from the movie. Outside, Part of Your World is peak, right? My
Yeah.
second one is, Kiss the Girl, because it's got that island feel, and
Mhm.
I felt like it fell flat. And then even Under the Sea, most of Under the Sea is just Ariel and Sebastian singing it. The chorus isn't coming until the very very end of the song, and it was like it felt small, and I didn't understand why it felt so small, like why it is that they
Mm.
didn't have a choir or a chorus really singing or jumping in the songs, because she's the only real person there. Everybody
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
you could have, and it took them 4 years to make this. So I
Yeah.
don't understand why in 4 years they
4
didn't
years
put
is
that.
crazy,
It took
but
4 years.
it's
Yeah.
a whole high school.
A
That's
whole high
got
school. Someone would have seen the like no heard about it when they were freshmen and graduated and then went and saw this movie.
Wow. One of my people said that no extra outfits, they made her wear one outfit in 2 different colors. Is that true?
Oh, you mean the dress? Because
Yeah.
I swear it was just one dress. I don't know if did she have two colors?
Oh,
Was there
maybe.
another color?
Did I miss something? God
Right. Did I miss
damn
something? Like, oh, you know what?
it.
At the end. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Was it a different dress? I don't even remember. I felt like it was the same dress the whole entire movie.
Yeah. It might have been a different color, but
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, like I do feel like, oh, the biggest offense. Yeah, let's talk about the biggest offense. All right. I
Mm.
am a Jamaican. Okay. And I
From the
know
island girl.
from the island, okay? Well, I won't lie and say I'm from the island. My family's from the island, okay? The
Close
minute you
enough.
say you're from the island, yeah, my family's Jamaican. I know what the accents are. I grew up with them,
Mm.
okay? Um, I was offended. I was offended. And I
Yeah.
love Daveed Diggs. I love him, all right?
That's who did it?
Lafayette, yeah. And he
Mm.
plays Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson and Hamilton. He's played a lot of things since then. So he's got a very decorated resume. So definitely check him out. Definitely support him. I in this movie, I just felt like I don't know where the ball dropped. Like I don't know if they
Mm.
didn't let him do it enough or if he wasn't able to do it. I don't really
Mm.
know. Because some people like, oh, pull back so that they can understand, when they want to or
Yeah.
when they want to colonize an
Yeah.
accent because they feel like people won't relate. I don't know if
Yeah.
this is a them problem or if this is a he actually really couldn't do it, but they loved him and
Yeah.
kept him.
Mm.
Um, so that
Yeah.
was
It didn't
I
seem
like every
it definitely sounded like fake Jamaican. It sounded like
oh
somebody so like me on there under the sea. You know
maybe.
what
There
I
are
mean?
times I
Like,
felt like he didn't commit enough to the
yeah.
it felt like he was saying under, like, no, come on, add that A there to it. At least,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
something. And every time and my husband's Haitian, I'm Jamaican. So every
Yeah.
time he would talk, my husband would look over at me because he knows I have a thing for bad Jamaican accents. It's like
Yeah.
we have Jamaicans now. I don't understand why
Yeah.
one wasn't casted for the
Yeah, we
role.
running out of Jamaicans. Is there a scarcity on Jamaican? They said, "All right,
Right,
we got Ariel. Well, let's keep the movie very palatable. All right, let's keep
yeah,
it more palatable for
palatable.
the for this Caucasian audience. You know what I'm
Right. Like I
saying?
don't know. And the thing is the original Sebastian, he also
Oh,
was not Jamaican. He was well, I don't know about
what?
his heritage, but he's from North Carolina. Like he was from North
Wow.
Carolina. And at least if we
He just sold that motherfucker. Though,
he
I'll be
sold
honest.
it. He sold it. Okay. Now I will say
I
his
was in the
accent
under the sea.
Under the
Nigga,
sea,
I was in there breaking it down, bro. Hold
right?
up.
And mind you, his accent was more Caribbean versus just Jamaican, and I think that that might have been why it worked because my husband played it after we got home, and his accent is not a perfect Jamaican accent.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will say
yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
But he did stay island, like around the islands, right? So he
yeah.
sounded Caribbean throughout the entirety of the movie. However, in this movie in 2023, there were times where I heard an American and
Oh,
then an American doing an accent. Those are the
yeah,
only
yeah, yeah,
voices I heard. Like
yeah.
I didn't he didn't sell it for me, and I was disappointed because Sebastian's one of my favorites from the original as well.
Mm.
Yeah, Jamaican
Yeah, I
shortage
mean, I don't
as
know. I
well.
don't think you have Little Mermaid without Sebastian, to be honest. Like, you just they
Right.
don't hit the set. I mean, he's a part of the Kiss the Girl. He's a part of fucking Under the Sea. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, come on,
Mhm.
let's be for
Yeah.
real. You know what I'm
Hold on.
saying?
Somebody said, "Was Busta Rhymes not available?" But it's
Busta
like
Rhymes is crazy.
it's wild because they had a TV stage performance of The Little Mermaid that they did where they had Queen
Yeah,
Latifah play Ursula, and they had Shaggy as Sebastian. And I'm
Shaggy.
like, Shaggy, the Jamaican, uh,
Oh
"Finished,
yeah.
we're both butt naked,
Okay,
swimming
you
a
know what
banter
I
boy."
mean, bro. He would have been
Yeah, so
perfect.
he would have been great, you know? You could
Oh
have
no, I
Beanie Man.
never know the words to that song. I just be like, and no, 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 the whole
You know
time. But
that boy.
hey, it's a hit
You know?
though. You know
Right, it is. You gotta move the shoulders. The shoulders gotta
what
move, you know?
I'm saying?
But yeah, like it's like there are many famous Jamaicans or many famous people who can do a Jamaican accent that could have been casted. So I don't know why. And mind you, maybe he just needed some more time. I don't know where the ball fell, but the ball was on the ground. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
it was on the ground. The other thing is, um, I don't uh, I don't think. Okay, so the movie is longer than the original. They
Mm.
did stack it up because this movie was 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This route, yeah, it was.
Regular
And
Little Mermaid is like an hour and a half, right?
I want to say an hour and a half because, or maybe an hour 38. Someone could
So
correct me if I'm wrong, but like
what was the extra meat they threw on this?
that's great. A great question, right? That is a great question.
What's going on?
That is a great question, and I who saw it has no answer because like the only I felt like they didn't add enough depth to they did have a couple extra songs. They had a couple
Mm,
extra songs. Yeah, because because when she gets off, when she makes a deal with Ursula and she
yeah.
comes onto the land, she can't speak. But the way they cheated it is that it was like a montage of her getting dressed, and it was like she was singing in her mind. So you heard that song. It's weird to
Wow.
explain, but when you see it,
Wow.
you're like, oh, it's beautiful. She sang, so I was mesmerized. So I didn't really care what they did, right? Because
Yeah,
she
yeah,
got
yeah.
me. She got me.
Got me. Yeah.
Yeah, got me. But like, okay, one of the things that I feel like they should have changed is to add more depth to the movie. Not this pining. I met you one time or I saw you one time and I'm pining. Eric has a song, right? Because after she saves him in the movie, what they did in this one is that he talks to his mom and the mom's like, "You need to be safe. Don't leave the castle because you almost died. I don't want to lose you," type of thing. Then
Mm.
he has like this, mind you, he heard Ariel's voice. He didn't see her, but he heard her voice because when he sees her, it's just blurry. And he has this song, right? Where his singing was fine. His singing was fine. But I was just like, I do not get this energy because he was just like, I have to see, like, I'm just paraphrasing. I have to
Yeah.
see her. I need to see, like, he was just very
He's
piney with
thirsty. He
it.
was thirsty. I
He
mean, given
no,
the
he was what?
time and
Parched?
place.
What's worse
Yeah.
than thirsty? Like what's like he's beyond
Sahara. We just call
thirsty.
that Sahara. Because
Right. So like
that
he was just like, I heard this voice and I'm just like I felt like it was just I love romance movies, but I feel like I'm not with you there yet. Like I'm not with the
yeah.
I want you guys to get together and I want you guys to be
Love at
together
first
and get
sight.
married.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't see her.
Yeah, that's crazy. But love at first sound.
Sound, yes.
Yeah.
But then you know what? Something my husband said after the fact that would have been good if they played it up more in the movie because they did call her voice the siren voice, and they do talk about how mermaids
Mm.
were
Or
sirens
siren.
and
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so it could have been that. Like he was just mesmerized because of her voice, but I do wish that they played on that a little bit more because they never said
Yeah.
it. That's a conclusion that me and him came to
Yeah. I
after the
mean,
fact.
you gotta keep the magic for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
They,
love, love is this magical, mystical thing that happens randomly and never, I
yeah,
guess that's
like
what I'm
in
thinking.
real
Yeah,
life. And I
yeah,
just felt like they could have added more depth because I really wanted to
yeah,
be immersed in this movie. I really wanted to be
yeah,
immersed in the romance. It's Ariel and Eric. You want them to get together. You want to be there for it. And my
yeah,
mindset was just like, I don't. Well, Tavares said that would be a little dark, but I feel like they could have.
yeah,
It wouldn't have had to gone to a darkness thing. They could have just even thrown
yeah,
in a line that say, like, someone even saying, if someone on the offshoot had joked about, like, well, what if she was a mermaid and what you heard was the siren voice and you're just under a spell? Then it would have been like, oh, okay, I wonder. It could have just left it like that. It wouldn't have had to have been, oh, she
yeah.
was trying to kill you. Although they did know. They said it many times in this movie. Oh, mermaids, they're just trying to kill you. They're just trying to kill. That's all they want to do is
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anna fell in love with Hans in one day, and that is why I do not like Frozen.
Mm.
Spoiler alert, I do not like Frozen. Because when she was like, oh, I meet this guy, I'm in love. Let's get married. I'm like, calm down, chick. You just met him. Okay. You don't even know if he has a 401k. Like, let's
Yeah,
calm
for
down.
real, bro. Like, come on, bro. What's his retirement plan looking like, anyways? You know
Hello?
what I mean?
What is 5-year plan, 10-year plan looking like? Does he want
Yeah,
kids? Does he want a family? Like, what's his
yeah.
favorite color? Let's ask the preliminaries,
Side note,
please.
not to get too dark, but I just saw a thing that said millennials and Gen Z people are going to need to save up $3 million to be able to retire comfortably. Yeah, so start stacking, guys. Entrepreneurs, YouTubers. Where that fun at? You know
Yeah, like which is
what I'm saying?
sad because they don't want to pay more. Anytime you're like,
Yeah,
hey, pay more, you don't want to pay more, but you want to offshore jobs to other countries and then
yeah,
complain
yeah,
that people are stealing jobs when it's y'all shipping the jobs. Like, let's be real. But that's
yeah.
that's another conversation
Yeah,
for
I,
another
but,
day.
yeah. I didn't mean to derail
No,
us a
no,
little
because
bit. I just got
I think
ADD.
I need a new name for him, the governor of this state that I live
Oh,
in.
the devil. Should call him
Wah.
that.
And then I posted something. Well, you know what? This is a conversation. We'll talk after because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah,
post
yeah.
some
All good, all
things
good, all
on
good.
on social media that I'm like, should I post this? And I did. I did post it, and I did tag. I tagged somebody. I'm gonna just put it in the private chat here, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. So
Oh,
yeah. So like the movie, yeah, back to the Little Mermaid. The movie itself, I do feel like there were a lot of good things. I do feel like it could have been a lot better. I wish that there was more depth to it, more. If you are going to make changes, because they didn't have the opening song, they took that out. They brought in Scuttle as a rapper, which that definitely could have been
and
gone.
by the
And
way, it's played by Aquafina.
Aquafina, yes, the one that we as a culture have said, that she appropriated to get popular, and you have her do the rap. Like, we should have thought about this, people. We did not think about this. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know who cleared that, but they needed slap box in the break room or something, bro.
hello, something like, there's something, a little something that it just felt like they didn't think that through. And when a lot of people clapped in the theater, me and my husband were just like,
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
eye roll,
yeah.
but overall, I give it a B. I give it a B. I do feel like it could have been a lot better. It definitely could have been a lot better. There could have been some changes. Also with the father, King Triton,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he definitely pulled a "you can't go because I said so," and if you're in my house, you got to live by my rules type of line
Oh yeah.
without any actual reason. So it's like me, I get why people suck, and she's a black
Yeah.
mermaid. So she gets on Earth, planet Earth. It ain't gonna be good for her. She's a
No,
black
hell
woman.
no.
It ain't gonna work. I know.
Literally, what time was this? Like 1778 or some
Back,
shit?
yeah, but yeah, but way back when.
Yeah,
So
that would have
I
been a problem.
it would have been, but my mindset is I do wish that they gave him more lines to explain his sentiment. They just said, "Oh, they killed your mom," but like I feel like they relied too heavily on the fact that everybody knows the Little Mermaid
Mm,
versus really let's write some lines in there to change and add more depth, more like like let's make add some layers, some grounding to it
yeah,
at least.
yeah, yeah.
But visually, I felt like there was a lot of beauty in it. There was a lot of darkness, and then there were some shots. They did some shaky cam shots that I just didn't understand why we're doing a shaky cam shot right here. Like
Yeah, this
we
The
had a
Office.
couple. why did this have to be shaky? I get that she's in a cart. We don't have to shake it. I want to be able to clearly see what she's looking at. Like I get it.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
Immersion. It's immersion.
They shook me out of it. They didn't keep me in. They shaky can shook me out of
That's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, but for those who watched it, I saw some of you guys talking in the chat. A bunch of you guys said that you really liked it. Some of you guys agree with some of the stuff that we're saying. But yeah, go ahead and okay, 9.1 out of 10. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Let me know what your rating is for Little Mermaid and what you thought. Let me know down below. And Goofy, I think some people are in your chat, right? What do
Yeah.
they think? They like
Yeah,
it?
let me know what y'all thought. 1 out of 10, bro. Let me know. Let me know. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna catch it on Disney Plus. You know what I'm
I know that's what you said last time.
saying?
We do have to remember this is I don't want
Haven't
that
seen it?
nonsense
Yeah.
that this is a kids movie, okay? Because when I was kids, they had I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. They had thangy things in the shows and movies we saw, okay?
The kids'
Like,
movies be some of the best movies, so like I don't even know if I can hold it to that standard. You know what I'm saying?
mhm. They need to stop treating kids like, oh, we'll make it for kids, so let's take away it being a really good movie. That's stupid. And I'm not talking to you, Yanni, but I'm talking about when movie creators have that mindset of like, oh, it's for kids. Let's take away the things of adding depth. Kids like depth. Those are the things that stick with us. All dogs go to heaven. When I was a kid, all these people talked about it. It's about a dog dying, okay? And they really added a lot to it. If you think
Why
of
should I worry? Why should I care? I'm sorry. Just got a second. I think it's Oliver and Twist, but yeah.
It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. The what was the other movie? Because I didn't see All Dogs Go to Heaven. I know it's
Yeah.
a sad
People
dog
like
movie,
depth though. I
but a
think
lot
I
of
think
people love it.
having shows and movies for kids to grow into, but also giving them the assumption that they can understand more than they can is also
Mhm.
like,
They
cool
smart.
too. Yeah, they smart.
They be listening to everything you say too. When you have a child, just be careful, okay? When they be able to repeat, be
Yeah.
mindful, because
Yeah.
they will repeat your business, bruh. Okay.
I believe it.
Oh, I'm putting a couple of the thing. Oh,
Okay.
so B Summer says it was better than Beauty and the Beast and Mulan's live action.
Oh,
I
well,
will
do we
say
even gotta mention Mulan?
I was gonna say that was forgettable. I forgot there was one. I should rewatch it because I'm like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, that was a thing.
they
I
did a
did
bunch
like
of
Beauty and
shit.
the Beast, but the you can't compare to her singing. You cannot compare to her singing at all. Lang 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 lang. Shout out to Eclipse Studios for the two. Appreciate
It
you. It
was
was
a
like a
fever
fever
dream,
dream,
it's
but it was
crazy.
okay. Yeah, they were definitely. It was like it was like a fever dream for them too. It was a fever dream. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Puss in Boots. So that's a good example. Puss in Boots 2
at
had
depth.
depth,
Yeah.
had great acting, great story, and it was for kids. But it was amazing. It was amazing. And as an adult, I can enjoy it. So yeah, shout out to Eclipse. Appreciate that. Yeah, Yanni, we all forgot. We all forgot about that live action Mulan until B Summers brought it up. All right. That is The Little Mermaid.
That is and I'm sorry, that doesn't even make sense, but
No, I got it. No, I was with it. I was with it. I
okay,
got
for
it.
sure, for sure.
Um, so Disney Plus, um, Disney Plus,
Disney Plus.
and Disney as a whole. Since we
Mm,
are on this should be, I guess, the Disney and PlayStation podcast episode because
yeah,
um, we know that they're gonna work on some MCU stuff.
yeah.
I'm just talking about it. I'm already stressed out, and we
Oh
haven't even
god,
said
oh
what it is
Lord.
that we're talking about. Go ahead. Do we have an overlay? Do we have an overlay? So I could take
Give
my
us the
deep breath.
overlay.
There we go. I was gonna. I think you're. Oh yeah, you're first. You're right. Ironheart. Okay, Marvel continues to alter release schedule as Ironheart has been delayed. My first question I want to ask you: Do you?
Christine, you're frozen. Hello? PR, what'd you break, bro? PR came in here and subbed and broke some shit, bro. Oh, I'm in here by myself. All right, guys, welcome. So, look, this is what you guys have to look forward to. Are you guys excited about this Ironheart thing or not? Because I genuinely want to know. I was looking at Ironheart and I'm like, they delayed it, and I'm like, I'm elated. If you catch my drift. I'm basically
And I'm
saying,
back.
"Oh, welcome back, Christine. I was just
Yeah, I
talking
was
about
like,
Ironheart."
it just
Nah,
went away. I'm
you
like, what's
scared me
going
for
on?
a second. I was like, "Bro, did you about to sneeze? What's up?" Like you was like, "Ah, ah." I was
Was
like,
that what my face looked like? Oh, gross.
yeah,
No.
yeah. You were saying though? Oh, she did it again. All right. So like I said, not a big fan of Ironheart. Didn't like. I felt like she was shoehorned into the last Black Panther movie. I felt like it didn't really fit. Didn't really make a lot of sense that she was there. So I'm gonna be honest, chat. And you guys can let me know. Are y'all excited for this Ironheart thing? More so? Are y'all upset that it's being delayed? Because I gotta be honest. I'm looking at this right now and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I care about this. I'll be honest. Also, I'll also say that I feel like some of the acting was a little, as much as I loved Ironheart in the movie and like what that represented, black girls in STEM, yay! You know what I'm saying? I felt like the acting wasn't really there, and it was a COVID movie. You know what I'm saying? There was some COVID issues. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
I'm
I
not
missed it. I'm
surprised.
back now. I'm back now. Say
Okay,
that
welcome
last part
back.
again. Say
I
that
was
last part
talking
again.
about how much I loved Ironheart and what they represented for the movie, but I'm like, I'm not really upset that it is delayed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Um,
okay.
but what are your thoughts?
Well, hold on. I missed that one part when you were talking about the acting and stuff like that. What'd you
Oh
say?
yeah,
What
I
were you
felt like
saying there?
I just felt like in the movie in Wakanda Forever, I felt like she was kind of shoehorned into the movie a little bit. To be honest, I felt like it
Mm,
didn't really make a whole lot of sense for her to be there and in the way that she was. At least they didn't have the time or space. Plus, she was kind of shoehorned into the movie, and then also I felt like some of her acting was she seemed surprised the whole movie. Like it was just like one note, pretty much. Oh, oh, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like you can compile her scenes together. I'm like, but there's like a funny TikTok about that too. Um, but I feel like it was COVID movie, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not. But that being said, I'm not super excited for this. So I'm like I wasn't really upset about the delay. Hopefully they can put some more pieces together and really make this a banger show, if anything.
hmm For me, I will say I do disagree with the acting. I do agree that she did seemed kind of like like Spider-Man in Civil War. He wasn't originally written in. They like plugged him. They were really trying to get him and they just like put him in. So if you
Yeah,
watch the original trailers for Civil War, he's not even in the scenes.
that's
And
crazy.
then if you watch the newer ones after the contract was signed and he was there, then you see him just popped into some of those
That's
scenes. So
crazy.
I do feel like in the movie there was a lot of time where she was kind of just waiting around where
Yeah,
like she wasn't it seemed like they didn't know what to do with her,
yeah,
and it kind of seemed like maybe they just put her in solely because they wanted to do the show. I think the show was the original thought, and
yeah.
then putting her in
They're
the
like,
movie was
"Ooh, we could do this, and this could be a part of the movie, and that's the scientist." And it's like, I'm like, all right, I'm
right.
not buying
Yeah.
it because like
Yeah.
if they had the machine already, why would he need the scientist? They got the machine already. They can make another machine. You know what I'm saying? So like, what was the importance of her even being there in that instance? Why would he be focusing on that one scientist? You know what I'm saying? But
Because
I get it.
also
Yeah,
also they could have just gotten because remember there was the teacher that like it was her professor
that
that
stole it. Yeah,
sold that
yeah,
stole it, so they could have just taken him, but
yeah,
I mean they yeah it yeah
yeah,
they she didn't need. I feel like she was an afterthought in the movie,
yeah,
but I will say acting wise I enjoyed her. I enjoyed
yeah.
that she came. I felt like when she came into the oh, you said Ironheart was planned from the first script. Oh, okay. And you said Ryan Coogler said that?
Wow,
Okay.
it didn't
Okay.
feel like it. I'll be honest.
There were times, yeah, I do.
Uh,
It didn't, there were times where it didn't feel like it. There were times it didn't feel it. I will say, I still loved her. I loved everything about her except her suit. I felt like her suit
ugh.
design, it looked more like a toy. It
Like
doesn't
K-pop,
look,
like a K-pop toy or something like that, like
maybe,
a
yeah.
chibi pet or something like that. I don't know. It just yeah,
It didn't feel like they put as much design thought into it like they do Iron Man suits,
yeah.
like, and I feel like that could have been changed because in the comic books her suits look really really cool, and it might look similar, but it was not. Oh, Yanni's messed up, and you know what, Yanni, you're not wrong.
She gave Power Ranger, yeah,
You're not wrong. You're
yeah.
not wrong. But again, I will
Winx
say I
Club,
I love Ironheart. When that first conversation between her, Shiri, and Okoye, I was like, yes, I
yeah,
love that she's yes, she's in, was it MIT, right? It was MIT that she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she's still is able to represent for the streets, because a lot of the times
Yeah.
when someone has that personality, they don't have them at MIT. They got them on a street corner, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that she was able to represent, like, yes, I could
No,
be
that's
hood, but
yeah.
I'm still smart and I could be at
Yeah.
MIT, and I can be smarter than my own professor, that they had to steal my work, you know? Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that's a great flex, I feel. Like it represents
Colonizers.
for hello? Even the hood. Y'all
Yeah.
done took over all the country. You go into the hood, like they're like, oh, we need more things to take over. Let's
Yeah.
go to the hood or back to the hood, because we ain't you know, well, let's we have to have a political stream.
Yeah, one day we'll just get on here, bro. I'm gonna get my
So,
hotep hat, bro. Listen here, brothers and sisters. Y'all gotta understand something. The man is always on our neck. You gotta see. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. You know what I'm
say
saying?
it. Okay. Does your neck feel a little stiff? It's because the
Yeah.
man has his foot to our necks. Okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was funny. But I enjoyed her as a character, and I was looking forward to the show.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to. So there is a moment as a Black woman, I am thirsty. I'm not gonna lie, because I do feel like when it comes to the MCU, outside of Black Panther, which a lot of us, we hold Black Panther separately, you know, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
funny. But a lot of times we hold it separately. But in the MCU, something that I truly love and desire, we still, there's not a lot of us,
Yeah.
and you'll have whole movies where there's one of us or two of us, right? And even in the Avengers, there was one of us. You know, I just felt like having more representation, and then a Black woman representation, you know, that outside of Black Panther, when you have WandaVision and you have Photon, her name's Photon now. Her character,
Who the fuck is Photon?
Photon, what was her name in the show? Monica Rambeau.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah,
Really? Photon? I
yeah.
thought it was something. All right. I thought it was a
No,
comic
her
book thing that she was somebody else, but okay.
No, she's Photon. I don't
Okay.
know if she had another name, you know, in the comic books, but I know her name now in the comic books is Photon,
Okay.
and she's got a series. That's a new series that's running now, or it just ran recently. But yeah, like we don't have a lot of us in here, so I'm excited about her getting a show. I love the representation. I wanted something kind of like that Miss Marvel had, because
Yeah.
Marvel, you got to be in her family, and I loved her family, right? I
Yeah.
loved her family. I love learning about her culture, all of those things. Oh, okay. In the comics, it's either Photon or Spectre. Okay, thank you forever.
I think I was familiar with Spectre, I think. That's why I was like,
Okay.
Photon. But yeah.
Yeah, in her recent run, she's Photon. Is it Spectre or Spectrum? Or are you just making a joke? Maybe you was just making a
Spectrum. She's
joke.
just saying a joke. Yeah.
Joke, because the internet, you know. I said Disney, and then what happened to me? I shouldn't talk about Disney too much, because every time I do, something happened to my internet. Okay, when I mentioned Disney, you froze, and I was like, "Crap! Did
What?
it
Hey.
happen again?" You were like, when you were
No, no. I
staring
was reading.
intently,
I
I
was
was
reading.
like,
I read this
I
funny
was,
ass comment. It was like, see, I'm not going to get excited about about another superhero movie until they have one killing billionaires and creating change in the world. I'm like, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let
yikes!
me
And
take
I
my
don't
whole
know if
tab
that's,
off. Hat
I
off.
don't know if that's gonna.
That over there.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna
I mean, Black Panther might do
do
it. If
it.
anybody gonna do it, it's Black Panther. They don't want to talk about, calling out colonizing countries for what they are. Black Panther 2 was amazing for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
but it'll be watered down for sure.
There'll be, well, I don't know, because I felt like the first Black Panther, the point of essentially the diaspora,
Hmm.
that being the point, I felt
Hmm.
like that wasn't watered down. And I had me
No, it
bawling at
wasn't.
the end of the movie. At the end of that
That's
movie, I was
true.
pregnant up in there, be like, and I'll never forget this, because my husband was like, oh goodness. Like when he looked at the person beside me, because that person was looking at him like, is your girl okay? And that look that he gave is like, she's pregnant, just don't mind her. She's pregnant. But like at the end, I was like, this is why we have to work together as a people.
Yeah, yeah,
We
this is
have to
so
work
important.
together, right? We need
One,
to
yeah,
stop. Yeah, it's that's a whole other
that's
thing. See, that's why
hilarious.
we need to have, like,
Yeah,
what is the
the whole
what's
tap.
the hat that I would have? You would have a hotep hat. I would have a
I don't know, something shit, goddamn it. Whatever
Yeah.
Queen Ramonda had, or what's her name? I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot
yeah. Can we get an applause for Goofy Wise? Okay. Yes. Okay. We hear what you whisper in your halls. Yes. I accept it. All right.
Let
I'll
them
take
know.
that.
Let
I'll
them
take that.
know.
But yes, with Ironheart, the show, it was announced it was going to be a show, and it's been, and this we're talking about the articles from InsideTheMagic.net, which I just realized that that's the one that interns chose instead of something else, but that's cool. We're gonna just read what they
Mm,
said and go with that. But they said though Ironheart has been finished for quite some time, Marvel has pushed back its release, presumably by a few months.
oh,
Um,
so that's not much of a delay then, and they're not even working on it. So it's like, what's the hold up?
And that's the thing, because I was like, when I saw somebody in the chat was talking about the writer strike, they didn't say in regards to this. I was like, oh, maybe that's why. But apparently it's been done. It's been finished for quite some time, and
Mm,
they're delaying and pushing it back to 2024. This is my theory. Okay. It does also say on here the MCU might not want to have two big shows combating one another. But the thing that I have noticed that Disney has been doing is they are really really big on floating their resume on Disney
mm,
Plus. And when it comes to Disney Plus, they if you've ever noticed, they do not typically have two big shows on at one time. It's normally
mm,
one or the other. The only closest crossover time we had was Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan.
mm.
And that was it. But everything else is normally you're getting a Star Wars show or a Marvel show or a Star Wars show
Yeah, yeah,
or a
yeah.
Marvel show. The kids shows, they have no problem doing a bunch of those kids shows at one time. But the big budget shows, I think because those are the things that bring in the most money, they want to have one going on at a time
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
instead of just why don't you fill them pockets, give us meat, not like a bunch of like, faux meat. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, faux meat is still
That makes me
filling.
think they
I
don't
don't know
have
what you give, just
enough,
carrots.
people like users on their app. That's what it makes me think, or enough to go around. That's what I would
So
guess.
that is another thing they have
Yeah.
mentioned, that the numbers in the release of Disney Plus has not been favorable to them, and that they have lost a lot more money in Disney Plus than they've spent in at creating the productions for it.
That's
So
crazy. I
I
think
think
that
that
what that means is they're gonna go buy somebody else, like HBO just bought or conglomerated with, Paramount Plus or something. So I wouldn't be
mm,
surprised you see a Disney Plus Peacock or Disney Plus something else,
mhm,
Cartoon Network or something. I don't
mhm,
know. WB mix
something.
matchup. Yeah.
Mm. Well, all the ones you just named, HBO already got them.
Oh, really?
They got
Goddamn.
yeah, they got WB, they got Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, they got Cartoon Network.
Bro,
I don't know who's left
if they
for
got
Disney to
together
buy.
with Max and HBO Max or whatever the new app is called, Max,
Now it's
but
called Max, yeah,
yeah, if they
which
got
is
together with
yeah.
Disney and Max and they put them together, I mean, I could see that. I mean, I feel like that's low key where it's going. It's like they're trying to make us have cable again. It's like, no, we don't want
Oh
cable.
yeah,
Compete, damn it. You know what I
right.
mean?
I will say I would be very disappointed in that. And the reason being
Yeah,
is HBO makes solid shows.
it
HBO
does.
can show you like, hey, we want to do a 10 episode season. We're going to put actual money behind it. We're going to actually put a lot of effort behind it. We're going to write a good story, right? A solid story, or at least a meaty story, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We're not going to give you like these 28-minute episodes or 10-minute, 15-minute episodes. We're going to give you a lot of heft and meat.
mhm,
However, lately, HBO with Zaslav has been trying to lighten the pockets. And Disney is very good at lightening the pockets, where they can be
mhm.
very cheap with productions, very cheap with writing, very putting on these restraints with these 6 episode seasons and these 30-minute episodes. And then the writers and creators have to really find a way to like fluster and
Make it
fit.
work. Yeah,
Right. And that's been the problem. So what I wouldn't want is that Disney, who's like, hey, we know how to cheapen our funds to things, messes with HBO, who is thinking about ways to lighten up their load. That's why they canceled a bunch of programs on the streaming service, because they'd have to pay royalties. They canceled a lot of productions that they did have coming up to save money. And
yeah.
I don't want the one that I love Disney, but they've been shysting. I don't want the shysting with the person who's trying to figure out a way to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. No,
I
that
don't
makes
like
sense.
that. I
Yeah.
don't
We
like
don't
that.
we don't need them conglomerating anymore. So
Right,
yeah.
right. We need, and I don't know who else is left for them to buy. Is a
Netflix. Who knows? I heard Netflix has been doing bad lately, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
I don't. I
also
feel
there's
like
like a
every year they say that though, and but
yeah,
then everybody's trying to be Netflix. So I don't. I
yeah,
don't. Netflix really made this happen. The reason that Disney Plus exists or HBO
yeah,
Max exists, or sorry, Max now, or all these other things is because of Netflix. So
yeah.
I'm not sure. You're saying Disney ain't utilizing the extra time to make a content out of 30-minute episodes. No, they're not. They could just make them hour long. If you're gonna do, this is the thing. If you're gonna do 6 episodes in a season, those episodes better be movies every time.
Yeah.
Last of Us. Last of Us was 9 or
9,
10
yeah.
episodes. Nine
9.
episodes. Hefty, hefty weighted freaking episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
9 episodes. And it was weighted and it was full. And I know that like Goofy, you've said this, even Jazz has said this, Chelsea has said this. A lot of the shows that have been on Disney Plus, these MCU shows, have felt like fillers for the movies. And it shouldn't have felt like that. It shouldn't have felt like, oh, this is just an appetizer for the movie. It should have been a great
Yeah.
show, like a healthy,
On
depth
its
filled,
own.
on
Yeah.
its own, right?
Yeah.
Experience. And then have your movies and do your things in the movies.
Mhm.
You can explain the things you want to explain in a great way. And I don't 100% blame the creators of the shows, the showrunners, the directors, or the writers. I mostly blame the constraints of Disney because a lot of these
Yeah.
shows had the same thing. They were like 6 episodes and the pacing was always shoddy,
Yeah.
hella shoddy. And you always had major characters that we didn't care about. The
Yeah.
villain in Captain America Winter Soldier, what was her name?
I have no fucking clue.
Do you
You
even remember
couldn't
what
you
she looked
couldn't
like?
you couldn't hold that gun to my head and make me come up with that name, bro. I'm like,
Right?
bro,
Like,
I can't I
like
can I can't live I can't name a person on the show besides the people we already knew that went into it. God damn it.
yes,
You know
Captain
what I'm
America
saying?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
it.
that's it, bro. Like
That's
who
it.
else? That's it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So it's like I do feel like they didn't put enough heart and stuff into it.
Yeah.
So I digress. But moving to our next thing, um, this one actually makes me kind of want to shed a tear. So Blade.
No! What are you about to tell me? What are you about to tell me?
No, the process has been a very messy process when it comes to Blade,
It
right?
continues? No.
Um,
How
so
do y'all fuck
when
this up? Y'all got Marshall Ali, bro. Come on, bro.
yeah, and that's the thing with Blade. I feel like it was the easiest thing, and they just because mind you, I know early on when they announced it, everything seemed great. We're like, yeah, we're gonna Blade. You saw him at the end of Eternals or heard him at the end of Eternals, but you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're excited. And then the director left because
Creative
the
differences?
yeah, and because rumor like after he left, rumors came out that they had put a bunch of restraints on the script. So the studio
Oh
is putting
yeah.
restraints on the script, like that there can't be any blood, and that there can be only one or two big action set pieces in
Like
the film.
I don't even make sense. What do you have the movie about?
Why would you co-sign if this is what you were planning to do?
Yeah, like this Blade. First of all, remember where you came from, Marvel. Like Blade saved your ass from bankruptcy way back when, and that movie had lots of
Say it.
blood. That movie had lots of gore, a lot of action, bro. Come on, bro. Like so, like
Yeah.
let's bring it back to its roots. Let's not forget where you came from. God damn it, and make a movie that honors the legacy that is Blade, the movie that saved Marvel Industries.
Right. And for those who don't know, Goofy's talking about the original Blade. There was Blade, there's a Blade 2 and Blade Trinity.
Yeah,
Blade
we
Trinity.
don't talk about Trinity at
I
all,
didn't see
bro.
it, but every time I mention
Oh
it, people
my
are like, yeah, we
god.
don't talk about that one. We talk about the first two, okay?
I just remember a dude like Dracula getting punched by a blade or something, and him spinning 360 like straight up, like just like a plank, like flying away in slow motion. I'm just like,
I
what
have
the
to I
fuck?
have to watch it. I have
I'm
to
like,
watch it.
what?
Right. I have to watch it.
They had a
So
guy
with
from Dracula you be played from Prison Break too. So yeah, I mean, do with
which
that
one from
information.
Prison Break? The
The older
main guy?
brother. The older brother.
I don't remember. I don't
Yeah, yeah,
remember
it's
the older.
okay.
I'd
You
have
don't
to
want
look
to
it up. I'd
remember.
have to look it up.
Yeah.
Um, Jatori says they barely made Deadpool though. Blade should be rated R like Deadpool. Yeah, the
For
thing is,
sure.
Fox made Deadpool. That's the thing.
Ah,
Fox made Deadpool, and then under this acquisition, they were allowed to continue to make Deadpool, and that's
dang.
because Deadpool already proved themselves. Deadpool had two blockbuster hits and was able to prove themselves, and Ryan Reynolds being everywhere like he is and doing the things that he's done, I think really sold it to Disney to be like, all right, continue to do what you do, and that's going to be Deadpool is a separate thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're going to um I don't think they're going to do that same thing with Blade. So I'm honestly very nervous. So then they had
Wait,
a
is
new
Blade
director.
Fox or Disney?
Blade is Disney. Blade is
Okay, yeah.
MCU. He's going to be
Thought
a
so.
part of like the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
ethos.
That makes sense, yeah.
Um and so initially the MCU Blade reboot, and this is per screenrant.com, was scheduled for a 2023 release. So it was scheduled originally to come out this year. But then I do remember, I think earlier this year or last year, Mahershala Ali had expressed some frustrations with the whole process and like trying to get this to go, right?
Yeah.
Um, but right now the release date is now September 6th of 2024. Which like part of the reason is because the initial director did step down, which was, which definitely delayed production and whatnot.
Yeah.
They do have a new director, Jan Demong or Demange. Hopefully, I'm not saying your name wrong. If I am, I truly apologize. So the
I'm just
new
sorry.
release
I'm
date.
just laughing because, like,
What?
how do you have vampires without blood? It's just
Hello?
like,
Like
come on, bro.
what is he gonna? And then, mind you, a fear that we have, like those, a lot of people, is that they might Morbius this, which I don't want them to do because Morbius's blood was blue, that synthetic blood thing or whatever. And it's like, why are we doing everything for kids? Do the kids spend the money? No,
Yeah.
we spend the money as adults. It needs to stop being this thing of like, oh well, let's make it so the kids nah. I love kids, but also F them kids. They don't gotta
Yeah.
see this movie. They don't need to
Yeah.
see Blade.
Yeah.
Make it rated R. Make it like John Wick freaking status. I want
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be as visceral because John Wick be hella visceral. Like I was
Ah.
trying to watch the fourth one, or the
Yeah.
recent one. Was the third one or fourth one that
I
recently came
tapped
out?
out like John Wick too, so
Oh, okay, the recent one, it's so visceral. I'm just like, okay, this is unnecessary. All right,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it needs to be at least head in that direction. Okay, make
Yeah.
it to the degree of Deadpool.
Yeah.
The fact that you're like a one or two action set pieces, he has a sword. What is it for decoration? Like,
Yeah,
why would
like
you think that he wouldn't use it and cause blood? What is it, like a foam sword? It's just hitting people on the head like you
I
are a
saw
bad guy. Stop it.
I saw a video where they say they're trying their best to, and this is why there's been like a lot of like slowness in this season, is they're trying to segment the Marvel audience more. You know what I mean? They're trying to create like people, it's almost like where you have the experience in the comic books where it's like people watch what they want to watch. You know what I mean? Like or they read what they want to read. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like they don't have to go see every Marvel picture every year. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to develop enough, you know what I'm saying, texture so they can do a fucking rated R Marvel movie and it not be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
they have all this other Marvel shit that you can go look at. Where before it was kind of like build up to Endgame. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm. With
Avengers.
the phases.
Yeah, and that was pretty
Mhm.
much that was pretty much Marvel for the longest time. So now they're trying to segment it. So, but I'm like, you're trying to do that, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop pulling punches. You know what I'm saying? But I guess
Right.
they have an overall scheme or however they want it to work and then look. I guess you know what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
I don't. I think fluffing a Blade remake is just like the worst thing you could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
And
that's your goal, you know what I'm saying?
right, because I mean, in the end, we'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah,
Um, I'm hesitant and I'm nervous, with all these different developments. What we need is someone who will be like, you know what? Okay, this is what we're gonna do, and just be like, hey, let's make it should be rated R.
Mhm.
Have the action set pieces. Have it be something that people are gonna, pay to see. These hesitancies and these things about limiting the output of action set pieces or blood
That's
makes
crazy.
me more
Yeah.
hesitant. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali, and I'm gonna support this black leading man. So you will get my money, right?
Yeah.
But you need to make a reason for those who are not as determined as me in that situation
Yeah.
to have a reason to want to see this movie,
Yeah.
because you chose something that you knew a lot of people would want to see. Blade, I don't think anyone hates the first or second Blade. Everyone hates
Mm.
the third one. That's
Yeah, yeah,
without.
yeah.
I haven't even seen it, and I know people don't like the movie.
Yeah.
But the first one,
That's a
it should be a
classic.
signature piece of
It's a
MCU.
classic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, and just yeah, to echo what you're saying, what we've been saying is just like it's just crazy to think that like this movie should be so R-rated that it could almost be considered mature. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
because like the themes that were covered in the first one, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. Like there was a lot of like, just it was I don't know, the vampire energy in the movie was just so like it was almost there was a little bit of the sexual aspect
It
to it, but
was
it wasn't like
filthy.
yeah, it was
Yes, it
filthy,
was
but it was like
filthy.
that's why it was so good though. But it's like
Hmm.
it wasn't like raunchy, but it was like it was filthy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But there was like a
Mhm.
sexual element to it. There was like an adult element to it. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like
There's also
you'll
a
lose.
grooming
Yeah.
element to it as well, because you had some of the people.
Yeah.
Remember, there was humans that wanted to be vampires,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
would blend in with the crowd and try to do anything for
Yeah.
the vampires because they wanted to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was dark as fuck. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like
Mhm.
it needs to be like a darker movie. Like and not like Multiverse of Madness dark. You know what I mean? Like actually dark. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
there were moments of it that were dark. Some were stupid because it
Yeah.
wasn't explained, but there was a darkness, creepiness to it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well,
You know.
that's what they were trying to do. Apparently, they said Multiple Madness is going to be our first scary movie. I'm like, oh, really? Let's find out. And then,
That face. That face.
yeah,
Multiverse of Madness. I do want to do a series where we dig into the MCU and kind of
yeah,
like a book club thing of watching movie to movie and
yeah,
with a group of people, and we just talk about each movie
yeah,
realistically. And I do feel like also doing it later helps because you don't have the stars in your eyes from the moments and when the
yeah,
movies came
yeah.
out. We can actually sit back and watch things critically, because there are a lot of problems with Multiverse of Madness. And whenever I say it, there are a lot of people who are like, "What? You didn't like it?" No,
It was
there's
probably one of
so
the
many
worst Marvel
problems.
movies I've seen, bro. Like
One
literally,
of, I do agree. I
yeah.
agree. It
And
was.
the writing too, like some of the shit they were saying, just like and then it was also kind of I don't want to say problematic, but it was kind of weird that this is a trope of that when women get this insane amount of power in shows or movie, they have to be like insane, and they kind of played into this mad woman trope. You know what I'm saying? It was
Mhm,
just kind of like
mhm.
okay, you know what I mean?
But also I feel like it didn't make sense because
Yeah, it
again,
didn't.
WandaVision, she was like when she was met with the reality, you are holding people to their will or against their will, a
Yeah.
whole city of people, and she was like, "All right, I have to let it go," and went off and went in the woods. And then next time you see her, she's mass murdering like a temple, so many people in not just this world, but in many
Yeah.
worlds,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
So it's
Dark guys. It was the Darkhold.
that I cannot stand that excuse. When someone's like, you see her reading the book and that it just took over. No, you can't have me see. It's like seeing a friend, right? And then they realize they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I did something bad. All right, I'm done. And then the next time you see them, they've well,
Yeah.
let me not say the things because people do this ish, mass murdering some peoples,
Yeah, yeah. It was
and then
all that was off screen type shit.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's the next time you see them, you're gonna be like, what happened? And then
Yeah.
if someone's like, well, if you see in this picture, they've got their book behind them. No, 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 no. I need you to tell me what happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't yeah, yeah. Show me, don't just tell me that
Right.
that's what happened. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right. So Blade, I do hope that when we do see you in the end, that it's gonna be great and amazing. I do want to see really quick. It says on this article about the cast
yeah,
was released. Hold on.
like cast.
The cast.
Watch
Okay.
Zoe Saldana be on there. Not Zoe Saldana, but Zoe Kravitz. Watch.
Oh, listen, I liked her Catwoman. You don't like her as Catwoman?
Nah, I just know they're gonna put her in
Oh,
there.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. I was like, I loved her as Cat. That Batman movie is great, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, so Mahershala Ali we know is playing as Blade, um, and it says, let me see. I'm trying to look. Okay, they're talking about Mahershala, and that okay. They said it will find it'll be a great collection of co-stars, potentially even including other MCU characters like Midnight Suns members, Moon Knight, or Doctor Strange. I don't want. Oh, one other problem I had with Doctor Strange was his wig. Please fix that man's hair and don't put him back in that movie with that hair. Okay, let's not do that. But Elsa Bloodstone, they're saying could show up in the movie. Which she was from the Werewolf by Night, which I thought that was good. Werewolf by
Yeah,
Night, they had
yeah.
on MCU. It was like their Halloween dark thing. They had Jack Russell, who was played by Gael Garcia Bernal, you know.
Mm.
Um, he might show up in it. There's a lot of mights here
Yeah.
in who might show up or who might not show up, including Kit Harington, Dane Whitman, which Kit Harington, yes, please put him in it because that's Jon Snow and I want to see
Yeah.
him all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a we'll see. I'm going to see it, and we will talk about this on the podcast when
Mm.
it comes out next year. But it's like, please, God, help these people.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate.
I'm hoping they get it together, bro, because this would be a huge fumble.
Crazy, crazy fumble. And our last big topic of today
Yeah.
is the PlayStation Showcase.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going to go over
PlayStation
everything
Showcase.
announced. So we are going to play yay or nay.
Yay or nay?
Is it a yay or is it a nay? Yay or nay?
I have my paper right here. 1 second.
Go ahead and grab it.
I got it backwards. Hold on. There we go. We got yay.
Yay.
There we go. Yay.
I see
Oh,
it.
nay.
Bam.
Hey.
Look at
All right,
good.
I got the pages now. I can swoop.
I
See
know.
them
I
easy.
have mine ready too. Okay. So we're going to go over. PlayStation Showcase was Wednesday, May 24th. It was a
Yeah.
great day. The showcase itself, I do want to hear your early thoughts on the showcase itself. Cause you was vacationing. Did you watch it while you was out there or when you got
Yeah,
back?
I watched it. I happened to catch apparently IGN is on like cable now. They have like a IGN live channel,
Oh,
and I
shout
was
out to
like,
them.
yeah, I was like watching it. And I was like, holy shit, this is on right now. Let me check this out. So I caught most of the show and saw most of the big things. There were some that I had to look at later. And like, oh, I didn't catch that one, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So what did you think of the show itself?
I mean, at this point, I've pretty much managed my expectations for these kind of events. So
Mhm.
like, I'm not
Mhm.
going in expecting you know, the best show at E3 when I was, fucking 13 or some shit. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going in expecting there be some updates, some things I like, some things I don't like. Mostly just like
Mhm.
an update. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
I think it was okay. It wasn't like phenomenal or anything, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever. It was like okay. We got some good things, got some whatever things, got some new things that I don't know how I feel about yet. So we'll find out, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I really liked it. I do feel
Yeah.
like they've had better ones in the past. I feel like
Yeah.
I think it was 2021
Yeah.
was when they had, you had the Spider-Man, you had Spider-Man 2 little
Yeah.
clip, you had the Wolverine clip, you had the God of War clip.
Yeah, I
So I
mean,
think
come on.
that one, yeah, I feel like that one was really, really fire.
Yeah.
And I feel like that one was better than this one.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
all in all, I had fun. I enjoyed watching it. There are a lot of games that I would play, and I think that was that's the consensus for those that might have liked it, is that there were a lot of games off the list that they were planning to play,
Yeah.
whereas there were a lot of people that didn't like the showcase. There were a lot of people that thought the
Twitter
showcase was
specifically.
weak or trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there
Yeah.
were a lot of people who were like, oh, Xbox is going to beat this. And I'm like, but Xbox doesn't got games. So I guess we're going to see what's in store.
Yeah.
However, I'm interested to see what Xbox has. They may still have a fire showcase, but this one was still a great one for me. I thought it
Yeah,
was still good.
for sure.
So we'll go through the list, and those in the chat, you know how we play yay or nay, unless you're new, unless you're listening and you're like, what is yay or nay? We are going to go through all of the announcements from the PlayStation Showcase 2023 that released on May 24th.
Yes,
And
and chat,
then,
play along with us. Put yay or
yes,
nay in the chat and let us know
hmm
why as well.
yes, let us know your whys. I'll pop some of them up on the screen. Okay. So we will talk about those things and we'll just go in order of we're using IGN's Everything Announced website, article. It is on their website. But it's not in order of the show itself, the showcase itself. So just keep that in mind because obviously they're going to go with the most popular to the least popular to some degree. So the first thing is Spider-Man 2, right? We got a hefty chunk of Spider-Man 2 in the showcase. Is this something that you're looking forward to? Yay or nay?
I mean, I don't know who would say no to Miles Morales and Peter and switching between them both and also Venom and, you know, the hunter, the trophy hunter. You know what I mean? Come on. It's
Yeah,
just like so much to appreciate there.
same.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
the trailer execution, I'm really excited. A lot of us know this, like, know how the story may unfold, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how it's going to execute in the game.
Yeah.
But you would see moments where Peter, when he's in the Venom suit, he's got like a rage. He's like, I'm gonna make sure Craven never ever comes, like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was really like, so it's like I'm excited because I anticipate a Peter versus Miles fight
Oh,
in
sure.
this.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Miles gonna have to Hadouken his ass with the
Right.
motherfucking lightning.
My heart, my heart.
I do appreciate how, you know, the game is really taking advantage of obviously the popularity of Miles Morales and kind of mixing that with Peter Parker as we don't
Mhm.
really have like a I mean, we have the animated Miles Morales, but we don't really have a live action Miles Morales. So like just to see that there is just also like really fucking cool. Like I really
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah.
I do too, and I agree. I think these are the only 2 executions of Miles that we have
Yeah.
is Into the Spider-Verse and then this.
And then the
Um,
comics obviously, but yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And what I mean is like the outside of the comic books,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
rendition,
yeah.
because there are million like Peter Parker has had millions of renditions outside of the comic books. He
Literally.
had the
Why do we have so
animation.
many?
The animation when we were kids in the
Yeah,
90s, you had the Toby Maguire, then you had the Andrew
yeah,
Garfield,
yeah,
now the Tom Holland.
yeah,
And like you said, we don't have a live action Miles. We have not
yeah,
seen a live action Miles. Um, and so I'm excited to see him in this. The Miles rendition or the Miles game that they had, already from Insomniac, it made me cry. Like I bawled
yeah,
like a baby at the end of that movie. Game.
yeah,
But it felt like a movie. I felt like I was a part of a movie, and that was just
yeah,
it was amazing. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. We're getting more like first of all, did you see the clarity? It was the clearest trailer of the whole entire showcase.
yeah, it was amazing, yeah,
Clearest. Yes.
yeah,
I cannot wait. It looks like that we're getting a lot more into the other Spider-Man villains that exist. So I'm excited about getting into that. I'm excited about getting into more parts of New York City, and we
mhm,
saw more powers. So one thing I do hope is that there's a skill tree for Venom and a skill tree for Spider-Man's, like any of the Spider-Man
yeah,
that you're playing, and the powers that you unlock. Because we saw him able to take down 4 enemies at one time and hold them down. There were like a bunch of new powers that we got to see.
yeah, we
Um,
saw a dude's whole pelvis get obliterated with, like, a fury of kicks. I was like,
Oh,
"Damn,
yes.
he ain't
He
having
did the Ip
kids."
Man kips.
Yeah.
Them I call them the Ip Man kips. Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was
He's
crazy,
not
yeah,
there's his legacy just ended. Like that's it.
yeah,
Hopefully he
yeah.
had the kids already because I mean it ain't happening now.
Damn it, shouldn't have been a henchman.
Right? Darn. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I'm definitely yeah, there is no question. There is no question. Next we have Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake that has been announced with the first screenshots of Snake. While we're putting up our score, Yanni or J Dog, if you could grab the picture from the site because they have the images there and pop
Mhm.
this man on the screen. But okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's a yay.
Yeah. Yay.
That's a yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yay for me. Yay for me. Um, I like, okay, first of all, he's a they design a beautiful man, okay? Right? He is
That boy
beautiful.
thick.
He muscular, and you see that where's the picture? Here, is the picture coming? Because them eyes, okay. Like when he stares into your soul, I just look at him like, hi, like hello,
That's
okay.
hilarious.
Um, like I didn't play the original Metal Gear. I think I played 5, I want to say.
Yeah.
Was that the last one? It was 5. Yeah, look at that face. Look at them eyes, girl. Look at like, hello. He's
So
peering
that
into
is a
your soul.
beautiful Slavic man right
That's
there.
a beautiful. I get like Inuyasha vibes. Like he's gonna carry you with him because he's gonna
Yeah.
protect you the whole time. But he's gonna talk stern to you a little bit. He's not gonna be a dick, but he's gonna talk stern to you a little bit at times. Like, okay, you gotta get back. You gotta stay back. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'll stay back. I'll whisper. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I'll be right here though if you need anything. Are you hungry? I packed a bag. I got some lunch for us.
I know you don't like the salmon, so I picked tuna instead.
And
You like tuna?
he just gives you like a like a grunt, and he's like,
Yeah, it's like,
"That's
yeah.
good, I got you. All right."
He doesn't say a lot, but he does the
No,
grunts.
no, but echoing what's said in the chat is like, Metal Gear Solid is definitely one of those classic, games that you just gotta appreciate. I remember growing up and watching my brother play this a lot. I didn't really get a whole
Mm,
lot of time to play this. Is a little outside of my generation, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I did play the
mhm,
first one, and then also watching him play Snake Eater was a lot of fun as well. I know it's a really political game too, like very political, and it's like Hideo Kojima
oh,
not being
yeah,
here
Kojima.
for this is a little worrisome, but I mean, they already have the script down. All you got to do is stick to the script and maybe call them on
Right.
the phone, be like, "Hey, what you think
What
of
you
this
think?
video?" You know what
What
I'm
you think?
saying? Like, let me know. Is there something you would add to this? God damn it,
Right,
you know
right.
what I
Give
mean?
wink once, blink
Yeah,
twice if you wanna.
because I think that, having the original creator, as we've seen with, multiple franchises, just,
Mhm,
outside of the medium of video games, but like, bringing video games to life as far as like Last of Us show, when you get to expand on it, you get a second try to really
mhm,
expand on the thing, you know what I'm saying? It can be
mhm.
very, beneficial to, whatever it is, that you were trying to accomplish the first time. You can look back like, you know what, maybe this didn't work as well. I'm gonna try this. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm always down for that. I don't think remakes should be a verbatim carbon copy of the original
Right,
game.
right.
So yeah.
Right. And then I do agree. I don't feel like it has to be a carbon copy. I feel like if you do something and it's great,
Yeah.
then okay. Don't be too outside because there you
Yeah.
got them people who be like, well, I read it, but I wanted to take it a whole new direction. And then it's like, no,
Yeah.
bruh.
No. That's
Like
not
this
what
is
this
an
is.
right. That's not what this is.
A
You have the
remake.
architecture, the blueprint, fill it in. Fill in
Yeah.
what's here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Add some extra
Yanni, go
bells and
through the
whistles.
pictures again. Cause
Yeah,
it
but
like graphics. I'm like, I'm here for the look at the I feel like I know the textures. I feel this in my
yeah, I
hands
can
right
feel the
here.
wind blowing, goddamn it. I was just in
Yeah.
Portland. Look, remind me of that, goddamn
Oh yeah,
it.
with the trees. You was in nature.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
in nature.
That one, hold
Uh,
on, go back to the alligator because that one I'm like, I'm scared to see that. I feel like I'm gonna have jump scares in the game where I'm
oh,
gonna
for
be in there and
sure.
some
There's
alligators
plenty of
gonna just
that.
come in like,
Yeah,
or
they
I think
gon'
that's a crocodile. That might be more of a crocodile, but yeah.
they gonna come get you.
You're gonna be right there. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. So that's a yay for us. What about you, chat? And while you guys are putting your yays in the chat, and yeah, you should just keep the website up and just available because I'm probably gonna pop up, ask for more pictures too for more things. But I do want to bring it. Mr. J did a correction, and I appreciate you. Miles was in the Ultimate Spider-Man
Ah.
cartoon, and it was played by Donald Glover. So shout out to Donald Glover
Oh, I
because
didn't know that.
of I don't think if people realize this or know, because of Donald Glover, that's how we got Miles.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so
That's
shout out to
crazy.
Donald Glover. And thank you, Miss Mista. Okay, I was gonna say Misty, but Mista for the correction. Appreciate you. All right, next announcement. There is a dedicated game streaming device. So they mentioned some peripherals, which is peripherals or terms for like, tech essentially,
Mhm.
that PlayStation's gonna be dropping,
Yeah, the
and we got a
new
sneak peek
yeah.
of these new earbuds that they're gonna be dropping, that you can use to play or to listen to when you're playing. And the case is cool enough for me where I'm like, I want to try these, but also my ears are tiny and I don't know if it's gonna fit in my ears or if it's gonna like even stay there. The other thing is the dedicated game streaming device. Now, first, I want to say before we dive into actually, let me explain it more and then you say yay or nay, right? And you
Uh-huh.
probably have watched or read more into it. But for those watching, Sony announced a device codenamed Project Q that will allow players to stream any game from their PlayStation 5 console using remote play over Wi Fi. It is
Mhm.
an 8-inch HD screen. All buttons and features the DualSense controller has. No release date no release date or really any information was really given in the showcase itself.
Yeah.
And they talked about the air or didn't talk. They showed the picture of the earbuds.
Yeah.
Um, when it popped up, a lot of us were like, "Oh, I'm thinking, oh, this is the PlayStation Vita that we're getting, like a new type of Vita." But no, what it is that it plays the games from your console, but on a handheld, much like the Wii U did, because the
Yeah.
Wii U was a similar thing where you had the piece that you could take and play, but the my fears or concerns. Well, first off, before I get into fears and concerns, yay or nay? Yay or nay?
Yay. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I'm yay for the headphones. The device is cool, but I need to see price point.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like $500, $400, it's that's crazy. It's gotta be like 199 max because
Hmm.
what do you like what are we really providing here outside of just to be able to play that game sitting down somewhere? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, are we coming up with new games specifically for it? It's just like the same shit, which I like. I'm for, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't see you charging another console's version of that just to upgrade. What are we gonna upgrade our next gen consoles pretty soon now? You know what I'm saying? We're
Pretty
pretty close.
soon.
Yeah, so it's like just to upgrade in a few years to buy a brand new, and will that thing will be convertible to the next system? I doubt it because they're gonna come out with a brand new whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So uh, I'm here
Yeah,
for it though. I like it. You know?
I'm like a yay with an asterisk because for me, like Zyspot said, what I'm gonna do when it comes to streaming a game on the road, because it's only gonna play via remote play.
Oh, it's only
Um,
remote play, so it has to be on a home
Remote play
Wi-Fi.
on Wi-Fi. Mhm. Remote play on Wi-Fi.
No, that's
Now,
that.
can you do
Yeah,
hotspot? Because if you can do hotspot, depending on where you are, it could be, and you see what I have to do depending on where you are, it could be okay. But I'm thinking of flights. Getting on a flight, and I remember the frustration of not being able to play a game because you're not connected to the internet. And
yeah.
that that sucks. So that's where the asterisk is for me. Like how much does it cost? And um, I do wish it was its own device. I do wish it was like a
Yeah.
Vita or a PSP or something like that, where it's a handheld portable device that you download your games and you play on this device versus remote play through my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Um, you
On my
know,
network, you know what I mean? Like,
on my network, yeah.
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 Yeah,
Um,
it's a little disappointing, like, especially considering, like, why you wouldn't be able to play the games that you can play offline on there either, like, from a distance. Like, if I was, like, away from home and I'm on the road, can I play my offline games at the very least? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, mm.
If
Well, if
like
you have Wi-Fi, so that's a question. That's a good question. Like, what are the logistics of this? And I think
yeah,
that when we get more information, that'll help because let's say you've got your which sucks if it's not the case. Let's say you have a hard copy of God of War. You've got that in your PlayStation. You are in Portland. You have
yeah,
Wi-Fi. Your PlayStation is on at home, right? And
yeah,
that's the other thing. Does it have to be on? Can it be on rest mode?
yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
know this because if it's on rest mode and you can play while you're in Portland on the Wi-Fi at the hotel,
yeah,
then and you could play your hard copy games, then okay, that's a plus. But
yeah,
if it has to be digital, right?
yeah,
Which does already suck because you have to be online to play your digital. Because and if you don't have digital, I mean, if you don't have online access, you can't even play your digital games.
yeah,
And then you're on Wi-Fi and you're far away, like there are a lot of things. So I do want to. These are good questions that I do hope they give us more information. So I gotta see what
yeah,
they come up with.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Next thing is oh well, no. One question I do want to ask you just popped in my head. What would you call it? If you were to think of the name for this handheld device? Right now it's Project Q, but we know that that's not going to be the name. What would you call this handheld device? And people in the chat, I want you guys to play along. Like, what would you call it?
PlayStation Deck.
Oh goodness.
Like a Steam
Like
Deck, PlayStation Deck.
Steam Deck,
Nah.
Stream Deck, and PlayStation Deck. I'm like, there's a lot of.
Um, I don't know. That's a good question though. I mean, I'm gonna just default to the deck. But chat, what do y'all think? Let me know.
What do you think? While you guys are putting that in, I want to. Jatori said, "Gotta call someone to put the games of the console while you're away."
Bro,
that
that's
that
so annoying. I'd be so pissed.
like,
Imagine.
hey, can you put
Like,
in God of War for me really quick? I want to
yeah,
play it.
come on. I need it, bro. Come on, I need this. I know you in bed. Please,
Just turn it
please.
on.
Yeah. That's
Turn it
all I
on.
need you to do.
Just one thing, please. Just turn it on for me. But yeah, while you guys think of names, and we'll pop those names up on the screen, the next thing that is on the docket is a seasons. Assassin's Creed Mirage gets a release this October. A lot of games on the showcase had this year releases, which is
Yeah.
great and wild to me. But Assassin's Creed Mirage, are you a yay or a nay? I should have also thought of like, because I'm kind of like, I don't want to say nay, but I don't want to say yay. Hmm.
Mm,
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
that's a good question. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I want to sit here and say yes, but as of now, I don't know shit about this game, and I'm gonna say nay. Just as of now, I don't know. Are they
Yeah.
returning to the roots? Is this gonna be a stealth based, mission based game like I've been hearing they're gonna try and do for the longest time instead of going with the open world approach? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
what's happening here? I know it's more colorful. It's pretty. Woo! You know what I'm saying? I love
And
it.
a
I
lot
love
of
what they're doing.
stabbing. He is stabbing with his nails, with his
Steady,
thing.
yeah.
And
He
I was
got
just
so
like,
many stab weapons. Yeah. I'm thinking to myself like, it looks cool, but will I actually play it? And I'm like, I'm probably not gonna go out and buy this. You know what I mean?
mm,
And that's just
I
the reality of it for me.
I echo it. If they hit me up and like, hey, we want you to play the game, then I'll do
Uh,
it. I think that in that capacity, I would do it. I don't know if I would go out my way just off of this trailer to play it. I've always wanted to. I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. I've always wanted
uh,
to play one, but I just I don't know. It was very stabby. I would need to see more from it to see if it's something. And then it also does depend on what else is coming out around that time.
yeah,
It like I kind of want to play it, but it's definitely not top of the list for me. It's
yeah,
like certain situations would have to arise for me to play it. But
okay,
at the same time, I don't hate it. I'm not like,
yeah.
ew, no, I'm not gonna play it. It's kind of
Yeah,
just
just not.
like,
I'm just kind of like, okay, cool, sounds cool.
yeah.
You know, could be fun. I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me go pop this new Assassin's Creed just dropped. Let me go play this in. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, I feel you.
Or call while you're out of town so somebody could put it in your PlayStation while you
Yeah.
play the remote play
Apparently,
thing.
somebody in my chat just told me you can do that. You can already do what the Project Q is doing with your phone. You can already do that. Like, it's already a thing that it's called Backbone or something like that, and you can apparently just do that with your phone right now, and you can get like a controller hook up to your phone type deal and do that with your phone, which is crazy. So it's like,
Wow. So, I've been seeing these things where it's like you can
yeah,
hook your phone into like a controller that looks like a PlayStation controller, but I always thought that it just meant that you could play, like, if you want to play those mobile games on your phone that normally you're using your finger to like walk around, it's
yeah,
like, oh, you can still feel like you're playing your PlayStation. But I wonder
yeah,
if it's for what you're talking about.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think you can. I think you low key can. That's what they're telling me right now. I gotta look it up. But yeah,
okay, that's
yeah,
interesting. That's interesting.
yeah. So like, I'm gonna need Sony to really step it up if that's the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, I'm
We
gonna
need
just,
details.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um, Next announcement: Alan Wake 2 is coming out October 17th. Uh, this is a yay for me. Did you
Oh,
see that trailer?
yeah, it was definitely a yay for me as well. Yeah.
It's
I didn't play Alan Wake the first one, but
I need to.
I'm playing this one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
sure, Alan Wake.
And this already kind of bumps out Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry, because
Yeah.
this is coming out October 17th. So I'm gonna be playing the first one so I can play the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Creed comes out October 12th. So uh I'm sorry. Final Fantasy. What number is this? Final Fantasy, is this
16, I think. 16 or 17.
16? Yes, 16. I was like Roman numerals. I'm like X is 10, V is 5, 1, 16. I had to like I had to like do
Hey,
the
I get
math there.
confused too. I don't even read it anymore. I just wait till they say it. I'm like, "Oh,
Ri-
this is that one." For
right.
sure.
This is this one. That's the one. That's the one right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it got a new trailer, and it's coming out next month, the 22nd of June.
Okay.
Yay or nay?
They had the black people comments, you know, how we don't wanna have black people in the game because it doesn't fit the European aesthetic.
Who said that?
Uh, that's what they said a while back, and they were asking, like, if there gonna be black people in the game. But, I might play this game, to be honest. I'm
I mean,
not,
I
like,
wish you said
rushing to
that
play
before
it.
I put up this yay though. Like
Yeah, they were saying it was like a whole conversation that was being had about the game and like why they don't have black people in the game, and they came out released a statement just saying it just wasn't. It just didn't. They didn't feel like it felt the aesthetic of they were going for, which is like yeah, very much the face you're making. Like
so white is the aesthetic they're going for because
apparently that's the only people that were they're trying to go for medieval Europe, and they said there weren't no black, even though
there
people
were
have like
black people there.
yeah, yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
we taught y'all how to bathe. Come on
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Moors in Spain and like in Spain, there were like in Europe and
Final
teaching
Fantasy, yeah.
teaching about math, teaching about bathing, teaching about hygiene, teaching about cleanliness, teaching about all these stuff. What do you mean? But
Yeah.
okay.
So it
Okay. If you
yeah.
do have the link for that, can you send that to me so I could read that?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
that just can I X out my yay? Because I'm like I'm a fan of Square Enix, but
Yeah,
that
same.
upsets me. Like
Yeah.
being a black person, a fan of a dev, and then having them release this game, and if they're the ones, or if it's like if they're just publishing it and someone else is correct, I gotta see who said it, who the one
Yeah.
that
I
I
mean,
gotta be
I
mad
think I
at.
think I think the director of the game came out and said like, "Oh, this is why," pretty much. Like it was a whole statement. Yeah, I gotta
It's
plug it in.
called Final Fantasy. It's not about it not fitting the
Yeah.
aesthetic that you're going for. You are creating your fantasy, okay? They say it's final, but that's a lie because we just said 16.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, like it's your fantasy, and what you're just saying is that black people don't fit your aesthetic. Like that's all
Yeah.
you're saying. You're saying like we
Yeah.
are not worth being in a fantasy.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty
we have to
disappointing.
fight to exist in this world that we live in now, and you're saying that we don't fit an aesthetic for a fantasy? Are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Pretty
yeah, find
upsetting.
that link. Send me that link.
I
Send me
got
that
you.
link.
I
Sorry,
got
I
you.
didn't mean to yell at you. Send me that
No,
link
it's fine. I'm
now.
here with you.
Goofy. I'm gonna have to shadow tag some more people. Okay,
Yeah.
next thing. Dragon's Dogma,
Oh.
which is another Square Enix game. And I was kind of interested because it gave me Elden Ring feels, but I don't know if I fit the aesthetic. So, because I think this is another Square Enix one. Um, this is Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
They released their trailer, and it's being developed in the RE engine, so Resident Evil engine. Ain't nobody
Mm.
talking to you, girl. Siri just started
Wow, that's
going off.
interesting.
Yeah. So the RE engine. So it's gonna look amazing because the recent Resident Evils have been looking really great.
Mhm.
But also, do I fit the aesthetic? That's gonna be the thing that
I
I'm
doubt that.
actually no.
I mean,
This
there
is
might be some
Capcom.
black
If
people.
it's RE engine, that's Capcom. So that's
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
is this Capcom
It is
or
Capcom. It is
it's
Capcom,
Capcom?
yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
like
then I
their answer
probably
for
fit
Elden
the
Ring. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's Capcom. So I probably fit the aesthetic. That's the yay. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely is,
Yay.
yeah.
Shout out to you, Capcom. I love y'all. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they be throwing down.
Especially what they have in Brittany's Street Fighter. She is so cute with her natural braids and her long hair. Okay. You know us. We love you.
Yeah.
Next thing is Bungie announced his new marathon. I didn't play the original marathon. I watched this trailer and I did not know anything about it. I should
Yeah.
have had this right a maybe because
Yeah.
I didn't see enough for me to be like nay, but I didn't see anything to say yay.
I'm kinda on the same page, yeah. I don't even know what I'm getting here. Apparently, it was like a game that was on, like, a Macintosh game or, like, an Apple game a long time ago, and it was like Halo before Halo, and I'm like Don't know where I feel about this yet.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
man.
Max had games in
Apparently, this is
1992.
like one of the only, and it was like a really old game. Yeah, I mean, it was like, I mean, it's a long time ago. So
And I felt like the trailer was very artistic. Where I'm like, it was a cinematic trailer. I have no
yeah,
idea what we're in for. So this is we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, we shall see.
Street Fighter 6 story mode. We got like a little glimpse of that with Ryu, where I thought his muscles were like a lot, but his face is great. Okay, he's got a great face. I am a sucker for a square jaw, man.
Yeah, square
Square
jaw,
jaw.
square head, Minecraft
Square-
Steve head ass. Yeah.
Leave my Ryu alone, okay? He got the
Him and
strong
Metal
jaw.
Gear Solid guy,
Yeah,
Snake
he
as
just
well. Yeah, they kind of got the same fit. It's crazy.
yeah. My husband has a square jaw and the deep
That's
voice, and it
crazy.
all just goes back to that. Like, and this is a muscly man with a deep voice, and he could fight. Like, sign me up,
That's crazy.
Um,
Where the
so
square head
street
fellas at?
right,
Stand
hello
up.
with the deep voice. You can't have a light voice. You better fake it till you make it, baby. If you got a light
Yeah.
voice, you better put some bass in there. Okay, all right.
That's
Yay
funny.
or nay for Street
And this
Fighter?
is Street Fighter. Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Street Fighter. I'll be doing some yays. I gotta put it
Hmm.
up. There you go. I'll be doing some yays.
Yeah, I gotta stream this for sure. Oh, and then fighting my audience will be great, but let me practice first, okay? Before y'all come in
Yeah.
there, because y'all
I'm gonna
been
cook.
playing for
I ain't
20
gotta worry
hours.
about that. I know none of my people play fighting games like that, so I'm beating them at Street Fighter. I'm beating them at Tekken. Everybody getting the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
So you
good.
know.
That's
Yeah.
not the case for me. All my people probably put like 50 hours in it before I even started and talking about they want to challenge me. That's what I deal with.
And they're just
Okay.
gonna brutalize you on stream. And like,
Hello,
hey,
on the
Christine, I'm
stream,
sorry. Hey,
right?
they on the phone while they fight. Hey, yo, pull up to Christine's stream right now, bro. I'm out here cooking her shit. This is crazy. Uh, they can't wait
J
for that
Dog,
moment. They can't
right?
wait.
It's their peak. It's their peak.
Yeah,
Like beating
yeah,
up a streamer. J
yeah,
Dog said, "Not you wanting to fight us." I'm in a playful way, but a lot of times y'all be ready,
yeah.
set tripping and trying to beat. Oh, look, see, this is what I'm talking about. Because you will have to fight. You see this?
Yeah,
You
he
see this?
ready.
This is what I'm
He
talking about.
ready.
They ready.
Yeah,
They already played it before the game came out, before the beta
yeah,
came out. Okay,
yeah.
you got 50 hours in the game. And the game only 5 hours. You tell me, make that make sense? Okay. But yes, after that is Jade Raymond's Haven Studio reveals Fair Games. Now, Fair Games is the one that looked kind of like, it gave me Watchdog vibes. Watchdogs. Remember
Mm.
that game where it was like you're hacking and you have to like
Yeah, I
hack
remember that
everything
one.
or
Yeah.
whatever? It's giving me that vibes, although we didn't see gameplay. We just saw, and Yanni, can you pull this up so you can push through the images? But through this, for you, is it a yay or a nay? I'm gonna say yay because I'm interested. I'm interested. I don't know a lot about it. I know it says it's a competitive heist experience coming to PS5 about robbing the ultra rich.
I
So,
actually didn't see this one. I don't think this might be one of the ones I didn't see.
okay. Can you thumb through the pictures? Yeah.
Looks good though. Shout out Black Woman Lead.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, then you see this, and I was like, I don't really like monkeys. But go ahead, next thing. I feel like the texture of it, it looks good, but I gotta see gameplay. This is giving cinematics.
Yeah,
And that purple, that hold on, go down with that smoke. That smoke, that's like the pink purple. That's magenta in its truest form.
that's drugs. It's really a bright game.
Not you saying that's drugs.
That's
That's drugs.
85% lean.
Right. Yeah, for me
um,
it's a yay. I'm interested.
I don't know what this is, but it looked cool.
Hmm. All right, next we have Talos Principle 2 is coming out this year. Um, it's a sequel to Talos Principle. Is this the one that okay, off of I'm not gonna lie, off of the name, I'm like, which one is this? So I'm gonna pull up the trailer on my screen so I can
Yeah,
at least remember what this was to talk about this one because off of the
I'm
name and the
I'm
picture,
drawing. I'm drawing blanks right now.
yeah, I'm like, I don't remember what this is, but IGN's got an ad. So I gotta watch
Oh,
this ad real
uh,
quick. And then,
don't y'all have enough? I'm just
right?
kidding.
Hello? What more do you want from me? Oh,
Yeah.
this was the one where it was like, I don't know if you saw the trailer where it looked like the robot from crap, what was that Will Smith movie with the robots and it was
Oh,
trying AI?
iRobot?
iRobot.
iRobot,
Oh,
yeah.
iRobot, yeah. So it
AI?
looked right, everybody's fighting AI now. It's the
Yeah.
battles. Don't let them hear me. But yeah, so this trailer had the robot from it looked like the robot from iRobot going around, and the world had like these big statuesque men like holding things and
I don't think I
whatnot.
saw this one, yeah.
Okay, this is one that and you can watch the trailer after because we have a lot that we got to go through before we
Yeah.
try to bump out of here. But for this one, you didn't see gameplay, so I don't really know what to expect. I
Mm,
did apparently it's a sequel. I didn't know the first one, The sequel is set to expand the first game's philosophical themes and stunning environments with increasingly mind-bending challenges. But again,
mm,
I didn't play the first one, so I don't really know what
yeah.
to expect or to anticipate. So I don't know. That's an I don't know for me. Foam Stars. Okay. Now, Foam Stars is the one that looks like Platoon or Splatoon, sorry, but it's like foam and bubbles everywhere. Yanni, can you bring up these photos? This one is a yay for me. Okay. I feel like I know what you about to put. Okay, go ahead, put it up there.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
a
it was you
nay.
gonna put that
Yeah, I'm
nay.
sorry.
Okay.
Splatoon 2, and they didn't even credit Splatoon. They said it's just a fresh take on the shooter genre. Come on. They didn't even credit them. So
They
I'm gonna
did
go
it.
ahead and say no thank you.
Me, I want to play this with friends. I think playing this with friends,
It would be fun with friends though, but
yeah.
yeah, that's like it's like I'm gonna wait till my friends be like, bro, you gotta play it, bro. Like, after a year it came
Oh,
out
when
and
you
like,
say the gotta,
yeah,
that's
you
when
know
you're
what I'm
in.
saying? That's how
Hmm.
they get you. But it looks fun.
I see this and it makes me think of like KDA from the like
Somebody in
those
my chat says Platoon
K-pop.
for straight people.
That's what okay, so Kiwi Kiwi on the sticks. She had said how someone had said that as a comment she saw and she posted on Twitter. I just could not stop laughing.
That's
But it's like
hilarious.
Splatoon for straight people. I'm like, that is hilarious. I don't get it, but it's hilarious. Okay. The next game they have, which is something I'm excited for. This is called the Plucky Squire. This is a yay for me. It gave me vibes of like It Takes Two because you're jumping from mediums. And this one, it looks like it's 2D, then it's 3D, and then it's like
I didn't see
going.
this one. This sounds
Oh, you
good
didn't see
though.
this
She's
one?
selling it
Oh,
though.
okay. Yeah. It's like this adorable, fresh take on the top-down action adventure. In the trailer, it shows Plucky Squire adventuring between storybook settings, and then it's like he comes out of the book and he's around in real world living, situations. And this one is set to come out. Wait, did they even put a date? I don't think they put a date, a release date on when it's supposed to come out. But yeah, that's a yay for me. The next one is Phantom Blade Zero.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is the one that
Yeah.
the trailer was fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just don't I almost don't believe it that it's real though, because there was a lot of action happening, and I'm like, how
Hmm.
many inputs per movement are you actually doing? Because
Like the ting 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 ting
yeah, that
ting with
man
the
was
sword.
going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I'm like, it look amazing though. No, don't cap. I can't cap. It looks absolutely fucking amazing. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that one it looks fire. It says it's a new hack and slash RPG set in the Phantom World, a place where Chinese kung fu, steampunk, and more converge, which you see that in the trailer. It will feature fast-paced sword combat, which will, is kind of what you were talking about. I wonder if it's button matching or if you press like XO, and then it's like tick, 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 tick. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like
how
hold
do we do
L1
it?
and hold square or something like that, and it just
Ah,
blocks all incoming attacks or light attacks or whatever.
kind of
You know what I
like
mean?
a special or like a power up
Yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah,
If you've got a meter that's filled up, now you can do it. I got
yeah.
you. Um, and yeah, so it's a semi-open world. So I'm interested to see. It says, hold on, taking place in a bleak and punishing semi-open world. And some of the
Mm,
graphics there, some of the monsters were very graphic and like
yeah. It
creepy.
looked amazing. I'll be honest.
Hmm. Cam says Ninja Golden on crack. Or Ninja Gaiden on
Yeah.
crack.
I love Ninja Gaiden growing up. So like it's giving Sekiro, it's giving Souls, you
Souls,
know.
I definitely feel Souls,
Yeah.
yeah. Next is Ghost Runner 2. Ghost Runner 2 is a sequel to One More Level's action platformer that was released or that was revealed at the showcase. And I I don't know. It looks cool. It looks cool, but I don't know enough to be like, hey,
I didn't see it either, to be honest.
it looked cool. Um, that we'll just jump to the next one because we got a lot and I'm hungry. Arrowhead's Helldivers 2. Okay. Helldivers 2 was announced. This is a yay for me. Okay. Helldivers is such a fun freaking game. That like it's endless raids of okay, you better put that nay down. Put that nay down. Okay.
Oh,
Put
yes,
that nay
ma'am.
down. All right. It's such a great the first one was such a great game. It looks like they're taking it's the same game, but you have a different POV when you're playing because the first game was top down. It looks like you're more of a third person view. The graphics are way different. Like the bugs are like in your face versus top down. You're like shooting. This game is so much fun because there's a lot like the bugs are hella intense. And then when
Yeah.
you're playing friendly fire, everything can kill you. Your friends blowing up a
Wow.
bomb could kill you. Shooting could kill you. When you call down stuff from the sky, if it lands on you, you could die. It's very unforgiving, but it is so much fun. So yes, that's a yay. That's the official word from Party Chat Podcast. It's a yay.
You
Okay.
heard it. You heard it. I heard they were
uh,
switching up from their predecessor, where the last one was kind of like 2D, and this one's going to be like more of a traditional AAA shooter kind of feel.
Okay.
Did
Yeah,
you
the
play the
first
first
one
one?
was
Yeah,
yeah, I put a lot of hours in the first one.
yeah.
It's in the first one it is top down and you it is 3D, but it like
Oh,
I
it's
can
top
see what you're
down. Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
can see what you're saying when you're like more traditional
AAA.
third person shooter
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
FPS type of thing. In this trailer, it definitely has that vibe. It does
Yeah,
feel like Call of Duty third person but with
yeah,
bugs, you know? And no one's safe from
yeah,
anything. I am interested to see how the things in the first one that could kill you, how is the visibility? Because you could see top down, you could see all around you, you could see when bugs
yeah,
are
yeah,
creeping up behind you. Now, what's the case? Like, is my vision more limited? When things are
yeah,
coming down, how will I know where to move to so it doesn't kill me? You know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I
That'd
think
be
it's gonna be
interesting to see
overwhelming.
how they do that.
So I will be playing it this year when it comes out this year. Sword of the Sea, the next announcement. This was from, I don't know if you've ever played Abzu or Journey or anything like that.
I've seen it. I've seen them. Yeah, it looked
This
cool. It
is,
looks cinematic as fuck. The trailer looks fun.
mhm. What are
Yeah.
you going to say?
I'm gonna say yes because I'm an artsy bitch, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably
I
not gonna
love it.
play it that much. You know what I mean?
hmm
I don't know if I'm gonna reserve a lot of time for it, but I definitely would like to try it out.
hmm Yeah, I want to play it. I'll definitely play it. It seems like it's a mixture of Journey and Abzu mixed together because you saw like
Hmm.
the glittery sand and you see the
Yeah.
water and all this other stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a nice, cozy game that's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, we have Resident Evil. They did make some PSVR 2 announcements, which why did you wait so long? But I'm glad that you finally made a decision to announce things for PSVR 2.
Hmm.
Resident Evil 4 remake is coming on for PSVR 2. I'm gonna say yay. I'm nervous, but if it's like where you can point to where you want to move to and then it moves you there versus pressing up on the controller and walking there, then I think I could play this for a good 20 to 30 minutes before
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just
pass
not
out.
really sold on the VR experience as it is right now.
Oh, really?
I have a VR, and I'm just like, oh, I just
What do you have and what have you played?
I played a couple games like Swords and Swings or something like that. It's like a little medieval game that you can download a mod and have start like lightsabers and shit. I have like a couple of other games as well. Nothing really, like a couple horror
Mm,
games, but it's just like I don't know. It just doesn't really. It's immersive, but it's also like super eliminating at the same time. It just doesn't feel very like I don't know fluid yet
mm.
for me. You know what I mean? So like when
What
I'm
do you
seeing
have?
oh
What system?
The Oculus 2.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, the Oculus 2 is pretty good, but I will say maybe try something more immersive.
Yeah.
like one of these AAA-ish like titles, or even like Super Hot is one, like whatever type of games that you like
Yeah.
to play. Like if you like shooters and stuff, Super Hot's a good one because
Yeah.
it's like you have to use your whole body to play that game.
Yeah, I heard Half-Life is really good, but I definitely haven't played a AAA title on VR, so
Mm.
maybe that might be a different experience, but I've definitely played, like, all the, the little the fun, quirky ones, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, you gotta play one of the serious games. You gotta play one of them serious games.
Yeah, I gotta
What
try
you
it
should
out.
you know what you should do? I'll just sell it to you. PSVR 2 is fantastic, okay?
Yeah.
The usability is amazing,
That's a
and then the
machine, right?
graphics, yeah, it's the
Okay,
PlayStation VR 2 because they had a PlayStation VR, now they have the second one.
really?
And it pairs with the PS5. It's literally one cord. You plug it in, you're set. You plug it into your PS5.
Mm,
And when I tell you the graphics are like you are you are there. You are
yeah.
there. I played they had a Star Wars demo for it. I played a little bit of the Horizon demo that they had that came out
Mm,
with I think they have a full game, but I played the demo of it. And like even just shooting the arrows, you just like the way that they make it, it's
it's
way more
good?
it's hella immersive. It's so good.
Yeah,
So
okay.
good.
I'll have to try it. I don't have a PSVR. I mean, I'm guessing I can't use my Oculus on my PS5 because
No, they don't like each other. They ain't gonna do
nah,
that,
they were
baby.
like, "You need to
Mm-mm.
buy that motherfucking PSVR,
Yeah.
brother."
Yeah.
So, okay. That
But
makes
I'm
sense.
sure that there might be some because the thing is, even with Oculus 2, I think after that they have Oculus Quest, and then they have another one, I think, after that. So they've definitely
Yeah,
probably upgraded a lot of the graphics and output
yeah,
since then. So check it out. Another PSVR 2 game is the Help Wanted, which is Five Nights at Freddy's. Help
yeah.
Wanted was the first one. They
That's
have
one
Help
I'll
Wanted
probably play
2.
though. Yeah.
You have fun with that, okay? I played the first one and it was a lot for me. I didn't finish
Yeah.
that first one. So
I
now
like
they got a
scary
second
games
one.
because they make me feel like I'm there, you know what I mean? Yeah, they kinda take me to a different place.
Well, hop on this because it's right for you, especially with some of the things. And because it's like, and that, mind you, this is again with PSVR 2. This is another reason why well, I'm sure I might play it, but it's going to terrify the crap out of me. Because when I say the graphics are next level, I'm going to feel like this chick is in my face, screaming right in my
Yeah,
face, just
yeah.
like out of nowhere. And I'm filled with anxiety right now because of it, the thought of it. So, yes, I might play it. It's cool. I see why people would. I'm terrified, but I
Yeah.
see why people would. The other one is Neva. Did you see that trailer?
No.
Neva. It's like it looks like a cozy-ish, darkish type of game.
Mm,
It's from the makers of Gris or Grease. I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with that. But it's a beautifully painterly adventure with a striking art style. The game is scheduled to come out sometime next year. I would recommend watching the trailer.
okay,
I don't know
for
if there's
sure.
enough that I can express in it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you like games the vibe from the trailer, it's like there's like some emotion to it that I think that this is probably a game I anticipate maybe
Yeah.
one of those let me help you work through grief type of games,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Okay.
know. So there's that. There's Cat Quest, which we don't really have to talk about Cat Quest because I know you probably don't want, we don't have to talk about it. But I do want to get it because I want to see my baby play it.
Yeah,
Okay, it's gonna be super cute. And she saw the trailer. She's like, I want to play the kitty game, and I'm just like,
yeah.
yes, okay, I'll get the game for you. Towers of Agahaspa or Agasaba. Um, they quoted this to be a Breath of the Wild like game.
Mm,
In the trailer you see where it's like a desolate land and you can plant trees, you can build buildings and whatnot, which already sold me because I love like building games and things like that
yeah,
where you're like when you do stuff you're kind of nurturing and bringing this community back to life.
yeah,
But they said it wears its Breath of the Wild influence on its sleeve, showing a character navigating landscapes with a paraglider. So he paraglides from place to place. Paraglides, not paraglides, from place to place. There's heavy nature influence, tons of huge beasts and animals throughout the trailer. But like I said, it is one of those games where I feel like I get vibes of Grounded as well, where you're like building up your area. You're going to probably have to go out and do adventures or attack things to get supplies to build.
yeah.
If you like games like that where it's that survival
I do like survival,
story-based
yeah.
survival
Yeah.
games, I think that this will probably be right up your alley. So if you haven't seen Towers of Agaspa trailer, then check it out. Revenant Hill, this one will speed through this. I don't know if you've ever played Night in the Woods or something like that, because that's from
Mm,
Finji. it seems like another game kind of in the Fran Bow or Fran Bow family or Little Misfortune family as
Mm,
far as execution or game style. Where it's like real life dark things coming happening in the background, but you have this like little cute character in the front dealing with these big waves of darkness or what
yeah,
have you.
yeah, yeah.
So it's a yay for me. I'm interested in seeing and playing it. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's Revenant Hill, the trailer. Mind you, for those watching
Sounds
all of
good.
the trailer releases or trailer reactions from the stream, from the showcase itself, we'll be releasing on the channel in the next couple of days. So definitely check that out. Then there's okay, we've got okay, let's try to do this fast. But I don't know what else you've seen because it seems like there's a lot that you
Rapid
didn't see.
fire.
Okay. Grand Blue Fantasy, did you see it?
No.
Okay. Well, it's a nay for me. It's like a it's another it kind of looks like Final Fantasy.
Oh, actually, I
But
did see that one. Yeah, it's a no for me
okay.
though. Yeah,
Okay. That's a no for me. But if you guys like it, and mind you, our opinions are our own and does not mean that
yeah,
you have to follow it or that you have to like it. Anyways, Ultros, which is a Metroidvania game. Did you see that trailer?
yeah, I did see that one.
Very colorful, yay or nay?
Yeah, nah. It's not, I'm
Okay.
just not a big Metroid kind of game kind of player. You know what I mean?
hmm
So
Metroidvania, it's not my thing. I did play
yeah,
the one of the last Metroids, and it was terrifying, like
yeah,
absolutely terrifying. But it's not my cup of tea on a normal
yeah,
basis. There was another game called Tower of Fantasy,
yeah,
which is another open world sci-fi game. Yeah or nay? Did you see it?
yeah. I did see it. Nah.
Okay. Then the next PSVR 2, which it's probably nice for you because we just had the VR
Yeah, yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah.
But Crossfire Sierra Squad, that one looks more like a Call of Duty VR thing. I'm down for it because I want to play an FPS in VR. I think it'll be hella fun depending on the movement. Arizona Sunshine 2 trailer was hilarious and weird with him like playing around with the zombies pieces and whatnot. So I definitely want to check that out. Then there's Synapse PSVR 2 as well, which I believe that one's kind of like a puzzle artsy type of game. So we'll have to see what that's like. Beat Saber, boom, out
Yes.
now on
Yeah, that sounds
PSVR
fun.
2. I played a little bit of it and they got the Queen Pack, bro. When I tell you on PSVR 2, it is absolutely amazing. It is amazing. Okay. The greatest thing I've ever played. I love it. So I am going to be streaming it on Twitch because I probably can't stream that on YouTube. They'll probably shut it down.
Yeah,
And like we said,
for real.
yeah, Resident Evil 4, we talked about that already. And then there's a game that there was no trailer. So I don't know if you've even seen this, but I mean, there was a trailer, but no gameplay, no nothing. It was called Firewalks Concord.
Mm.
So the game is called Concord, and it's the first original AAA game from Firewalk Studios. It's a PvP multiplayer game set in a science fiction universe, but the trailer was just a ship in space and you see a burger. That's the trailer.
What the hell? A ship in space and you see a burger.
Yeah. It's giving like the vibe of the look I thought of Guardians,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Guardians
The galaxy. Yeah,
yeah, of the Galaxy. I was like, what is it? The rest of that again?
that's so random.
Yeah, but nothing else. So I gotta see more. Okay. I gotta see more because I know nothing from it.
Yeah,
The last one that we have is not Immortals of Avium. This is from Ascendant Studios. It's a single player first person magic shooter. When I was looking at it, the vibes I got was like the magic from like Forspoken, kind of, where it's like
yeah.
different spells and you're doing it. Um, the It's a yay for me only because of some of the actors in it. I'm like, yes, Lawrence Fishburne's wife is in this, which I'm sorry, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but I know she's Lawrence Fishburne's wife. And also the guy from Never Have I Ever is in this.
Mm.
Um,
I
the
didn't see
main
this one.
guy, yeah, it's an Immortals from Avium. Definitely check it out. I want to say EA is the publisher, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, and Ascendant Studios is the developer. It's going to be coming out PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and all that next month. Well, sorry, because I'm talking like we're in June. It's coming out July 20th, so it's coming out very, very soon.
Okay.
And we got the initial trailer at the showcase.
All right. Did we do
That
did we
is
did we do Spider-Man or 2 already? We did Spider-Man,
that was the
right?
first one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. Okay.
tired? It's
Yeah.
okay. You tired?
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta get some food in me. I ain't ate all day,
Yeah.
bro.
All day?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Time to go grab some food.
Yeah. Oh, it is 4:30 to you for
Yeah.
you. I'm like 7 o'clock and it's all day, but still, it's,
I got a little time.
you got a little time. But yeah, so that was the whole showcase for PlayStation. Let us know what your thoughts were. Let us know, what did you like? What are you the things that you wanted to see and play? Or the things you liked to see and you want to play? What are things that you wish were there? Like I said, the excerpts of our, because you can see the whole showcase and our reactions. It was me. Shout out to Mary, to the Real, Trey, and Tasha that were there, and also shout out to Ego who was there. But we will cut up that whole thing and put them out as different videos so you can check them out throughout the week and let us know your thoughts. What did you like? What did you not like? What did you wish you could see? All of that down below.
Yeah.
Since we are definitely over time and that thing was long, okay, the showcase itself, which shout out to PlayStation for doing a long showcase, appreciate it. Do you have any last thoughts before we close out?
No, I'm good. I think I said all these to say today.
Okay, that's
Marvel
cool,
don't
for I'm
mess the
really
blade.
hungry and I gotta go.
Yeah.
um I want to say shout out again to our members. Also, shout out again to Otaku Noir. If you get your mystery blurred box from otakunoir.com, make sure you use code PartyChat so you can get free shipping on us. And go ahead and tell the people where they could find you. And if you've got anything that you need to shout out on, any streams you're doing or whatever it
What's
is.
good, people? How you doing? It is I, Goofy Wise. I'm currently live on Twitch right now, co-streaming the Party Chat podcast. You can catch me here on Twitch as well as TikTok, making show, gaming, all kind of commentary, contextualizing the blurred space for you. So check me out, Goofy Wise, TikTok, and Twitch as well.
I like that, contextualizing the blurred space. I like that.
Thank you.
And you can find me, iChristine, everywhere. iChristine or iChristine Games, also on YouTube. You know what? I will have to say, stay tuned on the gaming side because I will be going to camp. I'm just kidding. It's not camp, but I'm calling it camp. But I'm going to be away from my house for pretty much the majority of this week. But reactions will be let up for you guys. So we have Demon Slayer reactions on the anime channel. We've got Steven Universe for the regular reaction channel. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you later.
All right,
We'll
guys.
see you later.
Bye. We're still live. We're
Bye.
still live. We're still live.